from Fort Worth to Washington, D.C. A 120-day, 300-mile journey of peace. Buddhist monks walking across America with their loyal dog Aloka by their side, spreading loving kindness, compassion, and hope for the whole world. Step by step beneath the sky, we walk with hope, you and I. Let the anger fade away, let compassion lead our way. Every heart can learn to heal, every wound can slowly seal. In this world of joy and grief, we rise again and walk for peace. Walk for peace, walk for light, walk through day and walk through night. Hand in hand the world will see, peace begins with you and me. Walk for truth, walk for love, guided by the stars above. Let all hatred finally cease. Come with me, let's walk for peace. Across the land from sea to sea, a message carried peacefully. A 120-day walk so wide, 2,300 miles they stride. Buddhist monks with hearts so pure, Aloka walking strong and sure. Step by step their prayers increase, calling all to walk for peace. Walk for peace, walk for light, walk through day and walk through night. Hand in hand the world will see, peace begins with you and me. Walk for truth, walk for love, guided by the stars above. Let all hatred finally cease. Come with me, let's walk for peace. May all beings live in freedom. May all suffering gently cease. May our footsteps write the story of a world that walks in peace. Through the valleys, over mountains, let our gentle courage rise. Peace is born in every moment when compassion fills our eyes. Walk for peace, walk for light, walk with courage shining bright. Every breath a prayer release, for a world that walks in peace. Walk for hope, walk for love, blessed by wisdom from above. Let all sorrow find release. Come with me, let's walk for peace. Come with me, let's walk for peace.
Wow, good evening everybody. This is the most viewers we've ever had at the beginning of a stream. Thank you guys all so much for coming by. Welcome to the Hermitage. For all sorts of new people that we have visiting us tonight, this is the Dharma Wheel Hermitage, and I was going to mention I got some notes. I haven't taken show notes in a long time, but tonight was a special night, so I got the show notes, and I got on here just to mention that, you know, this is our home, among other things, and the dogs are loose on the property, and anything could happen. So please be patient. I may have to jump up, collect the dogs. We've got a fire that we're going to do by the by here, as you can see, and so we have to monitor that as well. And you know, anything can happen, so just kick back. But we've got an incredible show. So I want to say, first of all, greetings to everyone and welcome to our weekly live podcast. This is live from the Hermitage. Thank you all so much for joining us here at the Dharma Wheel Hermitage. I really appreciate y'all coming by tonight. I'd like to say a special hello to the SBT online community, and that's why we have so many viewers tonight, is because of them. And so thank you guys so much for coming by and checking out my channel. I really hope by the end of the show you will hit that like and subscribe button and come back every week. We do this podcast every Saturday night at 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Pacific time. And so please, if you like the group that we have here, little Sangha, my family is here, my sis, my bro Bone, they're both down at the bottom of the mountain still. They're going to be moving up here in a couple of weeks up onto the mountain. They have property up here as well, but they're down in town right now. And so hello to them. As you can see, I got my buddy Bruno here, who is now a solid 100 pounds, guys. Can you believe it? And we haven't even had him 3 months. Not even. Thank you so much, Venerable Tarpa, in the house, guys. The bot should announce him, so you've got Venerable Tarpa's link there as well now to follow his channel and check out his content. And I'm out of order here, but I also do want to say that we have, guys, for the SBT people, please consider liking and subscribing extra much, because you got to at least come back next week. We have 2 interviews, guys, from Venerable Tarpa. I'm only doing one tonight. It's on the Walk for Peace. I wanted to do a show just themed on that, and so we've got some other video we're going to look at as well. But please do. Beautiful monk, Mr. VT. Thank you, thank you, Venerable Tarpa. He's going to be beautiful. Wait till you see the interview, guys. I got with him a couple of days ago on the Walk for Peace. And then next week we're going to do a extra special show just on the SBT community, on the SBT online community. So we're going to do a show about you guys next week, and if I can, and I have Venerable Tarpa's permission, I'd like to get one of you all, one of his community, one of his students or one of his Sangha, to also do an interview with me that we can air along with Venerable Tarpa's second interview, which will be next week, and it will be all about his career as a monk and also the SBT online community. So make sure, guys, to tune in next week. It's going to be some fantastic content next week as well. So just a show note, we normally air 6 to 8 p.m. Pacific time, but we may go, we're almost certainly going to go long tonight, guys. So you know, grab a snack, grab some drinks, you know, put me on the big screen in your living room and get on the couch, get your laptop open so you can chat, because we're going to have some really interesting conversation, I think, tonight as the show goes on. And we probably will go long. We're looking at maybe like a 3-hour show. But that being said, for Venerable Tarpa, who's on the East Coast, and it's already late there as it is, and for all you wonderful SBT people, we're going to do all the Venerable Tarpa stuff at the top of the show. We're going to do it starting right now, so that all of you can get you know, get what you came for, and you won't have to stay late. And then we've got some other content that will, like I said, will probably make us go long. But I'm going to give a tour. If you want to stick around, I have a video at the very end of the stream, which is a walking tour of the Dharma Wheel Hermitage that I think some of our new folks might dig. So if you're up for it on a Saturday night, you know, staying up kind of late, please do so and stick around with us and enjoy the evening. And so that's about it. I mean, we're going to dive into the Venerable Tarpa interview. I was going to start the fire at some point, but I have to tell you, it's a bit breezy for my taste up here. The one thing that we're always very conscious of here in this area of the country is wildfire. And it's not really wildfire season, but still I don't want sparks spraying all over the mountainside and with the doggies around and everything. So maybe since we still got some sunshine, we'll do Venerable Tarpa's interview. And then we'll come back and see where we're at, and we will see if you guys have any questions for Venerable Tarpa, because I believe he's going to stick around for a little bit with us here in the chat. He is SBT Community in the chat, guys. That's Venerable Tarpa. So after this interview that I'm about to show you, if you have any questions for him or any comments to him, even saying thanks, I would definitely say at least thank you after you see this interview. But anyway, I love you all guys so much for being here. Thank you so much. We're gonna also, I think before I start, guys, I'm gonna tell you about well, we do a contest here usually every so often when we have a good lot of viewers. So tonight we're going to give away a set of prayer flags. They're small, they're 10 centimeters by 10 centimeter flags, all in a strand, and so we're going to give those away here as soon as I can bring up the bot control panel and start the contest. And what you do is you type into the chat, wherever you're chatting, you type in exclamation point raffle, just like the instructions say right there. And then near the end of the stream, you have to we only have 2 rules. One of them is not applicable because you have to have 5 viewers, and we got 17 right now according to my count. But you also have to be here at the end of the stream. No absentee winners. You got to actually stay until the end of the stream. But if you do, and put in exclamation point raffle right now, and you'll be entered by the bot into, the bot will give you a ticket, and you'll be in for the free set of prayer flags. We mail them anywhere in the world, guys. We have sent prizes to Ireland, to Europe, all over the place. So get into the contest, guys. And we're going to look at the Venerable Tarpa interview that I'm so proud of. I really, I was so nervous. Venerable Tarpa really calmed me down and helped me through it. But I wanted it to come out good, and I think it really came out pretty amazing. So I'll see what you guys think. And everybody stick around. It's going to be a great night. Button. Good day, Venerable Tarpa.
Good day.
How are you?
Excellent.
Thank you so much for joining me on the Dharma Bum Productions YouTube channel for this interview. I really appreciate you being here. My audience will extra appreciate it. It's going to be one of the best interviews that we've had in a long time. I'm going to dive right into it, along with my promise to be very, very succinct and not waste your time. So we want to talk.
Can I first say that I'm really thrilled to be here, and I'm very I'm excited about the work that you do. I think you know that I follow you on all your blogs and everything, and I've tried to contribute and make some donations to the cause, and it's really exciting to see what you're doing. It's really authentic, and really authentic Buddhism, yeah?
Well, thank you so much. The boys thank you, because they're very much a part of it, and they really put their effort in up here too. They're my bodhisattvas, and thank you so much for your support all this time. I really appreciate it. So we're here tonight to talk about the Walk for Peace. It's something that my audience is super familiar with, because I covered it relentlessly on my channel. I pretty much didn't talk about anything else but that since they were in Texas to the end. So my audience is very familiar, and we're going to also, during this show this interview is airing, we're going to do some other videos from the Walk for Peace as well. So, but I'll start with my first question. How did you, before you got involved on a physical level with the Walk for Peace, how did you first hear about the Walk for Peace, and what did you follow it? What were your thoughts as it was just a thing that you were just seeing?
Well, I think like most people, it just appeared on my social media. I wasn't familiar with them or their temple. You know, they're all the way down in Texas. I have just coming back to America. I've been away overseas for more than 20 years. So I just come back to America, but my feed started to get, filled with these walking monks. And as it exploded on the American stage, it did as well for me. And it became more and more interesting. And, all the articles would come in. And I was excited. I was excited that they were highlighting Buddhism, and I was excited that they were highlighting monasticism, which is something near and dear to my heart.
Well, that's wonderful. So, and now, as my audience is familiar, the reason I sought this interview out, they actually know the whole backstory of how I saw you on the stage at the Lincoln Memorial, lining up to get your photo taken, and realized that you had become part of it. So talk a bit about, how did you get the call out to join the monks, and how did you make your way to DC? And what did you do once you were there?
Again, kind of the same way that, I became more and more fixated on them, and watching them. And at some point, I heard the call. They asked monastics from all over the country or world to come and join them at the final stop, Washington, D.C. I'm a very poor monk and a very busy monk, and I didn't see that it was going to be possible. But as I got closer and closer, I just had that realization that no matter what, this was an event that was important to go to. Also, when we first calculated it with my treasurer of our group, it was clear that it was out of my price range. It would have been more than $1,000 for me to go. But with some finagling, some Sangha members showed me that buses were actually pretty cheap for a fraction of that. So I ended up taking a 16-hour Greyhound bus. I'm here in South Bend, Indiana. I'm currently staying with a student here. And so I did a 16-hour bus ride, which is nothing for a monk because we're used to riding them for days in India. And so that's how I got down there. And then and I was lucky that I stayed with the Walk for Peace monks when I got there.
So we're going to go back to DC in a second, but before we get there, there's a whole country in between. And these monks walked 2,300 miles and through really the heartland of America. So if you could talk a bit about the obvious effect that the Walk for Peace had on the local communities along the route, especially the rural areas of the Deep South.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. That's the one thing that caught my attention as well. I mentioned that I had just come back from overseas, but I have had a chance to live in a few different places in the States, and some of them have been in the Deep South. I was in Charlotte for a while. I was living in New Orleans for a while. And, and I was quite startled that they were walking through the Deep South. It's known for its conservatism, and clearly it's a very Christian area. When I was there, I mentioned that I was a monk, or they'd see me in robes. People would just say, "What's a monk? What's Buddhism?" They'd seem to have no clue. I would say I was a student of the Dalai Lama. They say, "Who's the Dalai Lama?" So when I heard that they were walking through, I thought that was something. I guess I thought that they were brave, but maybe they didn't know. And then when I saw the impact that these communities were opening up their hearts to them in an amazing way, not just sustaining them, but, pouring out in masses to see them in some of the most conservative areas. And for a lot of these people, it was their first experience of hearing about monks or seeing monks and they would get the peace bracelets, and all along the way watching these people in tears, and not just and people of every kind. You had policemen and paramedics getting down on their knees to put their hands together for the monks, with children, working class people, every nationality, every color. It was extraordinary. So I think that's what really caught my eye.
Thank you so much, Venerable Tarpa. I got a couple more questions in that last segment, but I have a technical problem. I have to restart the meeting because I don't pay for Pro, and it was just informing me that I need to do that. So it's unfortunate.
Us poor Dharma teachers, huh?
Well, yeah, but the thing is, I'll just stitch it together, so it's no biggie. But just give me 2 seconds. I'm going to start the recording now.
Go ahead.
All right, so could you reflect now on the big question? What effect do you feel that the Walk for Peace had on our country, and especially during these times?
Well, it turned out to be one of those perfect storm moments, right? Where, the intention of these beautiful monks came together with a desperate country, and it allowed the people of America, to be open to it. And I think everyone in America was just thirsty for some positivity, some hope. And that's what they delivered. And so, and what the greatest part was, it was non-political, it was non-religious. They made it very clear. It was just about people and peace and compassion and benefiting one another. It was pure.
All right. So here's my second to my last question. Here you are, and far more monks than I ever imagined. When I first talked with my audience about the call out for the monks to all come and join in DC, every school, I was flabbergasted. We did a whole episode just talking about it, and I expected I would have been grateful to see a couple or few dozen meet the call. I would have been tickled, excited. I had no idea none of us did. Nobody in the world had any idea what was going to happen in DC. Clearly, it was far more than that. All schools I saw, every single school represented there. I actually saw on the Lincoln Memorial. So there you are, hundreds of Buddhist monks. You're representing pretty much all of Buddhism, from the Dalai Lama who sent a message to, like I said, Zen monks, everybody. You're on the world stage because every media channel on the globe is covering this by this point. It's insane, right? There's thousands upon thousands of people on the mall in front of the Lincoln Memorial. There you are, Buddhist monks on the world stage. You've been handed the microphone, and what do you think that moment meant for Buddhists around the globe?
Okay, let's be clear. When you say I was handed the microphone, you mean Buddhism was handed the microphone to speak?
Correct. Metaphorically, correct.
So, during the event, there was so much going on, I'm not sure we were able to take it all in, because it was a very intimate thing for us, people everywhere. And as we were walking around D.C., we walked a long time. We must have did 8 miles one day, maybe 6 miles another day, and just lined up with all these lovely people. Everyone saying thank you. We were instructed to be silent. Of course, I knew that this wasn't my event. This was these monks who did this extraordinary thing. We were there to celebrate them. And along the way, as we're walking, everyone was crying. Grown men, kids, mothers. It was extraordinary. And so, and then, bicycle cops lined up the whole way. I don't know where they got so many bicycles in D.C. And so, you know, I was taking in what was immediately around me. I'm not sure if I really, when we were there on the Lincoln Memorial, if I was really seeing it the way you described it. I was trying to get through it. The Walk for Peace monks can really walk. It was tough keeping up with everybody, so I was pretty exhausted. I have a little bit of a heart condition. I'm not in the greatest shape. I'm a pretty good walker, but man, not at that speed. But that was going on, and then it was their opportunity to shine. The turnout was great. I'm thinking we must have had 250 to 300 monks representing a lot of countries, mostly South Asia, American citizens, but from South Asia, Laos, Cambodia, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Myanmar, a few Zen monks were there, a handful of Tibetan tradition monks were there as well, Chinese Mahayana. It was pretty extraordinary, but I don't think it really set in the moment sitting there at the memorial and taking it in that big picture. I think we were, because of everything going on around us, we were really drawn into the moment-to-moment events. So maybe that'll come to me later. As you mentioned it kind of expanded in my mind.
And one last question, Venerable Tarpa, and thank you so much this evening for your time. And it's a bit of a personal question, but how did all of this, the Walk for Peace, affect you personally on a spiritual level?
Well, so one part of it was just directly and in context with the people there. At what a strong connection it was with the audience, these thousands of people that came. The volunteers that appeared around them, you know, they started off with this, and a few people would help here and there. It grew into an army of volunteers that were doing everything. And the people like one of the head managers I talked to, he said, "Oh, I just started walking with him in North Dakota. And the next thing I know, I'm running the whole thing. I'm the head volunteer for the whole thing." So how it happened so organically with pure intention and people just giving of their heart. Nothing planned. Amazing, the food they prepared. These giant buffets for all the monks and volunteers and practitioners. So that was extraordinary on one side. And then as a teacher and the founder and director of a tradition, I have also the idea of this, the impact of this in America, that myself just coming back to America with my teacher's wish to spread and teach what I'd learned in Asia. I spent 10 years in a Tibetan monastery in South India. And then to do that, and then on top of it is I'm committed to monasticism. So we're attempting to be the first secular Buddhist tradition that offers monasticism. So to me, this was extraordinary on that stage as well, spreading the beauty and the need of monasticism in the world. And of course, giving all of these people maybe their first experience with Buddhism. Imagine these young kids that just decided to show up and hand a monk a flower. Maybe their mother brought them. And then, they go home and Google. And they Google Buddhism and what is it. And they read about peace and love and nonviolence and non-judgment, egalitarianism, So just extraordinary on every level.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Venerable Tarpa, for sitting with me to talk about the Walk for Peace. Everybody, be very, very grateful that we can get such wonderful men, such wonderful monks to come speak with us here on this channel.
Thank you.
Venerable Tarpa, don't go away. All right. So what did you guys think? Any comments in the chat? You all got kind of quiet there when the interview came on, so it was either really, really good or really, really bad. But you can all flip open your chat things now and talk. You have permission to move around the airplane. But thank you guys. Thank you, first of all, Venerable Tarpa, for sitting with me. And that's only one of 2 interviews. Again, he actually sat for a second interview right after that one was done. We did a second interview that will air next week. So please, all of the SBT people, at least stick with my channel for a couple of weeks. He is an incredibly interesting man. Wait till you hear his take on monasticism. I love it. I mean, it was literally put tingles up my spine when I heard him talk in the second interview as well. So he's a real master and a real teacher and a real wonderful man, a real good friend, wonderful fellow sort of content creator. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you, Tenzin Padma, for being here. Thank you, Ms. Irene, Iron Firehorse, for being here. We've missed you the last few weeks, man. We always ask after you live on the stream. We always ask about you, see if you're around. Of course, thank you to my sis and to Bone for being here, you guys. Thank you, Venerable Tarpa. He's still about, I think. If you guys have any questions or any comments that you want to say anything to him, I think he's still probably in the chat. He was going to stick around for a little bit. We've got quite a bit more content, guys, too. So we highlighted it. Hefner, we'll just call you Hef. Well, thank you, Venerable Tarpa. What such kind words. And you're just an incredible, like I said, you make the interview thing so easy because you're so eloquent and so succinct, and you really brought home every answer to the questions I asked you. They were amazing. It was an amazing time to spend with you, and I'll treasure it always. I hope I get to spend more time with you as time goes on. Hef, I just want to say that you're welcome, but if you're new and you're just stopping in for the first time, we've been actually I went relentless. I went bombshell relentless on this back in Texas before Christmas. I went into my sister's room with my phone in my hand, just shaking, and I said, "Have you seen this? Have you seen what?" And they had just gotten like everybody else. The way I found out was like so many people in the world found out, not just on social media, but we found out on social media because a guy was hit. One of the monks was hit by a car. He lost his leg eventually because of it. And other than that, it was flying under my radar. I mean, I didn't know nothing about what was going on. And then one of the monks was hit in the Southwest by a car. Another monk, I think, and Aloka even were slightly injured in the fracas somehow, but the one monk lost his leg, and he actually finished, him and Aloka both, because Aloka had to have surgery mid-walk as well. So it was wild, right, that they made sure that Aloka and the monk in the wheelchair were both there at the end. That was really when I started bawling my eyes out during the live streams. But we covered it relentlessly every week. I did a full episode every week on it, and then we did live streams all throughout DC. They weren't very successful live streams. It was hard to get good coverage and to live stream it, but we tried. We did hours long live streams during the cathedral and also at the Lincoln Memorial. And so yeah, but so this is just in a long stint, and then for those who are sort of maybe new to the channel, I'm writing a book, guys, and this is going to be my next book. I actually already have one book in print now. If you guys want to see that, it's on Amazon and Barnes and Noble and all that. I have a book about Buddhist practice. It's kind of a plain Jane, a little slim volume on how to practice every day. If anybody's interested, I'll shoot a link to it later on in a minute. But this is going to be my second book. It's going to come out June 1st. And it's not going to focus so much on their story. Only they can really tell their story. I mean, it will get into the itinerary of the walk, but I really want to focus on the effect that this had on us as Americans, as American Buddhists, and just a lot of stuff like that. And to be honest with you, part of Venerable Tarpa's interview may end up in this book in print form, because it's just such a great interview, and he's the only monk I know personally who was there. So and that's a great privilege, because there were 300 monks there, and there's millions of Buddhists in the country. So I'm pretty lucky to know somebody. His name is Mike. Okay, hi Mike. I have just been informed by a secret goddess who hides behind the scenes and controls everything about this show, pretty much. And so, hi Mike, who otherwise known as Hef in the chat. Appreciate you guys so much. So we got some more video, guys. I don't know what I should do. Let me see. Do I got my dog? No, of course not. That's a good reason to do a video. Where are you guys? Hey. Alright, we'll do some more video because one of the things that Venerable Tarpa mentioned in his interview is that this was really about these guys right here that you see on the screen. And so we're going to do the speech of speeches. Yeah, I lost the puppies. That's why I need you guys up here for my shows, so somebody can babysit the kids. They're probably halfway to Chris's house by now. But I'm going to play the video and go round them up, and then maybe we'll light the fire. Well, we're going to hear from him, I believe, right now, Venerable Tarpa. And we're also going to hear from Venerable Pandakara. We're going to do just about what you kind of pointed out in the interview. This was literally the moment, guys. This was the end of the walk, and this was the leader of the Walk for Peace monks' speech at the Lincoln Memorial. And so that's what we're going to see. It's basically, this is it, guys. So check it out, and I'll go round up the dogs, and maybe we'll light the fire on the next segment. Please don't go away, and if you want to get into the raffle, guys, we're going to give away a free set of prayer flags. You just type in !raffle into the chat, and the bot will give you a ticket. So let's look at Venerable Pandakara's speech, and I'll see you guys in a minute.
Namo Buddhaya, respected Mahasangha. Hello everyone. How are we? Cold? Cold? Okay, thank you. Before I do anything, I would love to have my brother monk, Ajahn Mahadam, the one who lost his leg during the Walk for Peace, to say some words to all of us here in this special moment and in this special place. Please give Ajahn Mahadam a big welcome.
Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya. Pay respect to Mahasangha. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Are you cold? Yeah. But I'm cold. But all of you make my heart is warm. I would like to say thank you, Venerable Bhante Pandakara, to kindly invited me to join Walking for Peace, and say thank you to Bhante Ratanakuna, the airport of Hyangdao Vipassana Pavana Temple. He his student, but he taught me a lot. And I want to say thank you, my venerable monks who we walk together. When we walk, we very tired, very cold, and very hot. but we don't give up. And especially Bante Panjakara to showing us to be strong leadership. He walked like a run. Yeah. When the accident happened, Bante Panjakara come to me and holding my hand and touch my head and ask me, "Are you okay, Bante?" That moment I think maybe I gonna die. Yeah. But I practice mindfulness meditation a lot when we walk. It's really helpful for me when I face to die. I would like to invite all of you to practice mindfulness meditation. Honestly, when I walk in the first time, I don't know about the people to come to welcome us. I know only I want to train myself, train my body and train my mind to be peaceful. That's why I want to invite all of you to practice mindfulness meditation. Like Ajahn Panjakara say, you are knowing you are breathing in and breathing out. Peace come from your mind to others, to your family, to your community, and to your country. May peace come to our mind. May peace come to our family. May peace come to our community. And may peace come to America. May peace come to our world. Thank you so much.
Thank you, John. First of all, I would like to pay respect to the Mahasangha, which is the monks community. I'd like to pay gratitude to all the governors of government officials, all the law enforcement officers, sheriff, SWAT, police, fire department, EMS, all the way from Fort Worth, Texas to Washington, D.C. I would also like to thank all the venerable monks and nuns, all pastors, reverends, who opened their hearts and doors to host and support us on our journey. I'm also grateful to all the universities, schools, and families for their kind hospitality. Of course, this walk for peace would not have been possible without the organizers, donors, medical teams, and volunteers. Thank you so much. It's been 109 days, and I'd like to thank all of our supporters, both in person and online. Your support has been a great motivation for us on this walk. Thank you for keeping us in your prayers. Ladies and gentlemen, life moves very fast. Sometimes just a few seconds are enough for us to hurt someone, to say words we regret, or to create more pain in a world that is already exhausted. But those same few seconds, if we live them well, can become the beginning of peace. Today, I do not ask you to think about big ideas, I simply invite you to live 5 seconds of your life with mindfulness. 5 seconds. If lived with mindfulness, it can change one person, one family, one community, one nation, and the world. The first second, loving kindness. In the first second, choose loving kindness. Loving kindness does not need power, money, or a title. It is simply the choice to stop before hurting, to soften before speaking, to care instead of reacting. If each person takes just 1 second to ask, will this hurt anyone? The world would already be kinder. The second, compassion. In the second, choose compassion. We do not know what pain others carry, what losses they have faced, or how hard they are trying to survive. Compassion does not mean agreement. It means not adding more pain. A compassionate world does not abandon the weak and does not create more suffering.
Yes.
The third second, love. In the third second, choose love. Love means children grow up safe. Love means elders live with dignity. Love means we do not turn away when someone is in pain. Start with truly loving yourself. Start with that. Love the person in front of you, whether you know them or not. That is how we create a more loving world. The fourth second, harmony. In the fourth second, choose harmony over winning. Harmony does not mean sameness. It means respect without agreement and coexistence without fear. Peace does not come from victory. Peace comes from the ability to live together. And the fifth second, hope. In the fifth second, choose hope. Hope that people can return to morality.
Yes.
Hope that violence is not the final answer. Hope that the world can soften. If we slow down and listen, the walk for peace is not a protest, not to convert. It is a reminder that hope still exists when people are willing to care. Hope is the final light that must never go out. Jan, please raise the flag of Walk for Peace up for me. Raise it up, take it up. Can someone hold the other end? Show the flags. If you notice on this flag, we have loving kindness, compassion, love, harmony, and hope on it. Those are the 5 seconds that I just talked about. that we carry with us from the beginning until now. Thank you, Jan. Before we close, let us pause for a moment. Not to debate, not to argue, but to stand together and offer these shared prayers for humanity with hope. Let us all put our left hand over our heart, the right hand on top of our left hand. Gently close our eyes. Take a deep breath. Take another deep breath. And last one. Feel each and every heartbeat within your heart. Concentrate on your heartbeat. Feel each and every heartbeat. Now think of all your loved ones within your heart. All the friends, family members, your co-workers, your neighbors, the people you know, and last, all beings. Take another deep breath. One last one. Thank you. I have 10 vows that I will love to make this announcement in front of the Mahasangha and all of us here. With hope. May every nation live in safety, stability, and dignity, free from fear, chaos, and unnecessary suffering. May every person be heard, respected, and protected, regardless of their race, their background, their faith, and the language that they speak. May fear be replaced with understanding, and may misunderstanding never again become a reason for violence. May hatred be transformed into compassion, so pain is met with care instead of blame. May peace exist not only in words and speeches, but in laws, policies, communities, and daily life. May true strength be measured not by control, force, or weapons, but by how we protect one another, especially our children and the vulnerable. May progress always walk together with morality, and may growth never be built on human suffering. May dialogue be chosen over confrontation, and listening over judgment in families, societies, and nations. May people find peace within their own hearts so that the world no longer needs violence to survive. May the path to peace require no enemies, only human beings returning to morality, to responsibility, and to one another. Last but not least, please remember to write down the statement every day that I already talked about. Today is going to be my peaceful day. Let us all repeat this statement together, loud and clear, after I count to 3. 1, 2, 3.
Today is going to be my peaceful day.
Louder.
Today is going to be my peaceful day.
Even louder.
Today is going to be my peaceful day.
Imagine if that voice, that energy, that sound spread all over the universe from all human beings on this earth. This universe will shower back down with love and kindness and compassion and peace so that this world will become the better place for all beings to live. Will you walk together with us for the rest of our life to create peace?
Yes!
Will you chant from here on?
Yes!
Will you practice mindfulness to bring peace to ourselves and our families and our nation and the world?
Yes!
Yes?
Yes!
I can't hear you.
Yes!
Thank you so much. Thank you for all the love, all the hospitality, all of your support, even in bad condition, in bad weather, freezing weather, cold, rain, you are still walking out there waiting for us on the road and along the street. Wherever we go, you show support and love. Thank you so much, and this moment will live with me for the rest of my life.
Thank you! Thank you!
May you all be well, be happy, and be peaceful. Thank you so much.
Wow. Venerable Tarpa, if you're still there, for once I'm speechless. But I think we might have just been watching the next American winner of the Nobel Peace Prize. Because I think if any man that I've ever heard in my life deserves the Nobel Peace Prize, it's him. So that's what I got to say about that. But guess what, guys? We're gonna light the fire. So I want to scroll back because Mike was saying something about hold on here. I'll catch some of the chat up here. Dogs and Mike, no, Tenzin Padma, I'm sorry, he wrote in the chat, he said, dogs and a bonfire, living the dream. Well, you know what? You guys are living it with me, because where else are you going to get content like this on YouTube? I want to know another YouTube channel anywhere on YouTube right now that's streaming a live campfire with 3 dogs, all his friends. I mean, this is pretty unique content. So we're all going to live the dream together. My fire is your fire. And if you really want to make that real, just get on a bus and come here, because this place is open to all. We've got a video about the Dharma Wheel Hermitage I'll share with you guys in a little bit, to kind of introduce some of our new friends here. And remember, all you Venerable Tarpa folks who are still hanging about, next week we got Venerable Tarpa again. Another interview about, and it's going to be all about you guys. It's going to be about the SBT online community. So, and we may even have a second interview with one of you, if one of you all wants to volunteer to get interviewed about what it's like to be inside of like SBT. That'd be great. pony up, and we'll get it done this week before the next show. But we definitely got one from Venerable Tarpa coming. And so everybody liked it. My sis sent a bunch of fire and little dog prints. That's what we got going on. They're hanging about now because they know the fire's going to get lit. They kind of like the fire. And I'm kind of cold, actually, so I kind of need the fire. It got chilly quick up here. Today is going to be my peaceful day, says Ms. Irene, Iron Fire Horse. Yes, I agree. I say that. I actually have been saying that every morning now, or at least at some point during the day, saying that every day since I started covering this way back before Christmas. It's like, it's contagious. It's wonderful. It's like their own little mind virus, and it's so simple. Today is going to be my peaceful day. You know, it's just so simple. So apparently you guys all dug the video then. Great, man. Yes, he's a beautiful human being. I agree 100%, and I agree that he should get the Nobel Peace Prize. All right, guys, now here's the fun part of the show where everybody tunes out, of course, because we're about to light the fire. This is literally the best part of the show, guys. It's especially during because we do it about 8 months out of the year. We do a fire every Saturday, but for 4 months out of the year, the winter. And we've been locked up all winter, man. We couldn't do, we were doing the shows all inside of RVs and tents and stuff. So it's really nice to be back out again and doing a fire on the mountainside. So wish me luck, guys, and you know, say a prayer for peace in our world as we light the fire. Fire has great power in it. So yeah, it's going to be nice tomorrow, and it's always like that up here. There's just a wide, as my sister's pointing out in the chat, there's a wide variety of temperature up here. Like, it was really nice today. It was north of 70, and it's already like, I don't know, it's pretty chipper. I'd say it's down around the temperature of a cold beer. The serving temperature of cold beer is 42 degrees, so it's approaching the serving temperature of cold beer out here. And, you know, that's cool, but we're going to take care of that right now, guys, so check it out. Let me catch up with the chat. Ms. Irene says, I have it written on a piece of paper on my table. I listened to him a couple of weeks ago, and he said to write it down. Yeah, he does. Sub-zero temps here still, Ms. Irene says. Ms. Irene, I'm so sorry. Summer comes hard and quick here. It's weird, man, and I tried to explain it to my sister. I'm not sure she really believed me until she experienced it herself, but I told them ahead of time. And it's like, it basically goes from blizzards, and in 1 week it goes to summer. Like, we had 79-degree day. We almost hit 80, just shy of it. 79 was the high for a couple of days ago. So and there was not even a week in between. It's kind of like the puppy here, right? Where he like was literally the size of, you know, his head like 3 months ago, and now he weighs 100 pounds, and he was like not even 10 when we brought him home. So 15 feet of snow. I don't even want to think about it. We're from Maine. That's why we moved here. Me and my sister and my brother Bone, we all moved out here so we'd never had to deal with that again. Because we're all from Maine. We're all school chums from Maine, the three of us, and each one of us owns a lot up here. Like, I got this one here, the Dharma Hermitage, and then right here in the same area, not very far away on Jaguar Drive, which is another fancily named dirt track. We're on Raccoon Lane, and they're on Jaguar Drive. So somebody's got cheeky names for all the roads around here. All right, let's do the fire, guys. Without any further delay, let's do this. Alrighty, guys. Thank you for coming to yet another fireside chat with the Dharma Bum. It just gets better from here, guys. The show just gets easier and lazier, but we got still even some more stuff, guys. So, but yeah, that's it. We got plenty of wood. Actually, I'm gonna run a video in a minute, a little bit about. You'll see me cutting this wood. earlier today. I took a video of me doing it. You hope not. What did I say? Did I'm going to burn the mountain down? Let's hope I don't burn the mountain down, huh? But the wind calmed down, so we should be good. It's about 15 feet from the tent. I'm the one who's in danger if the wind blows the wrong way. A couple of nights, a couple of the shows, the wind turns. Right now it's going in a good direction, the breeze, but it's going away from me. But if it comes towards me, I can like get really bombed out sitting here. But it looks so cool, right? It's a neat shot. So I take the risk. See, I'm taking a risk to provide the content for you guys. I could get burned up doing this. Hey, it's actually working, guys. That's a really warm fire. How did I do? Any comments on my fire? Your dog is welcome here. As you'll see in the video, Ms. Irene, I talk about that, about how we are a dog-friendly retreat center. If you want to come here and do a meditation retreat and bring your animals, there's only one rule, and that is your dogs can't hurt my dogs. And because the Hermitage dogs will never hurt any dogs. But so if you don't have as long as they're not like in a place where they hurt other dogs, you just bring them right here. That wind's getting pretty stiff, but I might have taken a bit of a risk, guys. Remember, on this show, anything can happen, guys. So thank you. Yeah, it's flaring right up with this little breeze we got going here. Can you guys, Azan, can you quit barking? Why do you do this every stream? Hey, quit. Alright, we're coming up on an hour and 10. We do get coyotes that have made appearances. If you look at some of the very first episodes of Live from the Hermitage, when we were doing the campfires, the outdoor campfires, way back in the fall. We got here October 5th of last year, and we did a bunch of episodes. And we had coyotes come right up to the edge of the camp, right during the show, too. Like just howling at the dogs, and the dogs just howling back, and everybody's like, wow, this should be on like National Geographic or something, right? I mean... Thank you guys for your compliments on my fire. I work really hard at setting up a nice fire every stream for you guys. This is actually the only time I burn, really, is I save all the fuel and everything for you guys for the live streams. But we got plenty to go that evening, so thank you guys so much for being here with me tonight. Venerable Tarpa has probably gone off to go to sleep. I appreciate him being here, though, and lasting as long as he did. And just giving me the wonderful time. And like I said, next week we're going to have him back again, and then we're going to highlight the SBT community, the tradition that he has founded. As he mentioned in that interview, he mentioned that he had founded a tradition. So we're going to highlight that tradition and possibly get an interview with, if I can get into the WhatsApp and fish some volunteer, quote unquote, fish some volunteer out of the SBT WhatsApp chat. I'll even get another interview. I'll get an interview with one of his students, one of his members of his Sangha, which I wouldn't mind being, actually, to be honest with you. I mean, I oftentimes don't have the time to be with them, but the time I do spend with the SBT community, I really, really treasure. They are an incredible, powerful community. So, what's the about Tenzin Padma? What'd I do? Did I drop an F-bomb? I don't think I've dropped an F-bomb yet tonight. I was like really intensively trying not to swear tonight because I knew Venerable Tarpa was coming. What'd I do? What's the for? Tenzin Padma, you're a part of the SBT community, aren't you? You should give me an interview. 2 a.m. here in the UK. Well, thank you for staying up late with us to be with us. I appreciate it. We're just coming up on dark now. The sun just went down below the horizon. Zen, my sister was over in the National Forest last week, and she said last weekend she couldn't even be here for the stream as usual because they were over in the National Forest. She says she saw wild horses. That's crazy. The only place I've ever seen wild horses is New Mexico. I saw them in the New Mexico desert on the Hopi Reservation. I saw wild horses. They still have some there on the Hopi Reservation. I got arrested there too because I camped out in what turned out to be sacred ground. So I got like a really steep camping ticket, and they took me to jail. Like they were unapologetic, man. But I learned my lesson to make sure you don't, you don't just willy-nilly throw your sleeping bag down anywhere. You got to check and make sure. Well, thank you, Tenzin Padma. I appreciate that. I really do. I try as hard as I can, and I'm going to do a lot more. Part of it has been, since I've been up here, I wanted to get more involved. But my problem is that I still haven't quite mastered the electricity thing. And what little I have to try to generate content because it's my only way to pay for the place. And so it's just been a matter of time and constraints combined with electrical constraints. I can't really have internet as much as I would like. If I could have it all day long, then I could really probably get a lot more done. And I'm working towards that goal of being able to have enough electricity basically so I can keep the internet on during all waking hours. And then I would be able to sit down at my desk. I have a desk, a little office space here in the shelter, and I would be able to sit down and really start generating some content and getting some things done. So I'm working it. We're working it. We have a spring appeal, guys. It's we're going to do a video tour of the place too. We'll probably. They have a ranch where they're catching them and training them. They have a. My sister is saying that the wild horses nearby in the forest there, in the national forest there, they have a ranch inside there where they're catching them and training them. Right here in Modoc County. So it's quite a county, guys, where we live. It's quite a place. It's really kind of it's very western in a sense. It's very wild westy. I don't know. Irene, Zen will tell you. So let's do a video while we still got a few viewers. I want to give you guys a tour of the Hermitage. I don't know how good this video came out, guys. It looked a little choppy when I looked at it after I put it into the producing software here. So maybe I'm going to turn it off after a minute if it doesn't really stream right, but hopefully it'll stream right. And what I did is a tour for the SBT community of the Dharma Wheel Hermitage, and this is a video I made for you guys this afternoon, earlier this afternoon. So take a look at it, and we'll come back in a little bit. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Dharma Wheel Hermitage. I'm making this video this morning. I'm actually making some firewood for the show tonight. We're going to have a very special show. We're going to have an interview with the incredible Venerable Tarpa and a bunch of other great stuff. And so I know that there's going to be some new friends that might show up tonight. Some new folks that maybe haven't been exposed to my channel. Or the Hermitage and what we do up here. So I thought that I would make a little video tour of the Dharma Wheel Hermitage. So here we are. We're about in the middle of the property. It's about 2 acres here in the Trinity Alps of Northern California. We can maybe see some of the mountain. Well, that's the ridge line. That way, and this way. We'll go over there and look, because that's my best view over there in the glade. You can see the Karmapa flag flying proudly over the camp and the property. That way is the road down there, and the road runs along the front. And we even have some signage down there and everything that we're quite proud of, even though it's just a lawn sign. But I had to bring all of this gear, including the shelters and everything, up here in a tiny little, it was a trailer, but it was a car actually being towed by an RV. And then I packed the car full of everything that you pretty much see here. So anyway, we'll go up here. Again, there's my work for the day, guys. I'm going to fill that wagon up, and that's probably actually about 2 shows worth of firewood. For those unfamiliar with the Live from the Hermitage show, which is what you're watching right now, we try about 8 months out of the year, there'll be an actual campfire, fireside chat with the Dharma Bum with an actual campfire. You know, I don't know too many live streams that actually stream a campfire. So that alone should keep some folks coming back. Make sure to like and subscribe the video, guys. So anyway, we'll get that full. It's early morning, so I got plenty of time, and I've already done about half of it this morning before I start to make the video. So anyway, this has been kind of the pride and joy so far of the Hermitage. When we first got here, we actually brought the gear to make a prayer flag tree, a big one. It takes a very specific size flag if you guys want to get with me. And we only hang flags. We're not hanging them for decoration. There's 4 of them there right now on one arm. We're going to put 3 on each arm, and then we're going to build another arm. So there'll be another, one that will come this way, and then this way, so on and so forth. Building almost like a cave of prayer flags. Each arm will have 3 flags on it. And those 4 are not decoration. The first one I prayed over for me and the boys when we first got here. The other one is a long life prayer flag for Wama Choga that we hung. And then on this side, my sister has one hanging, and my friend Bone, who's in the chat right now, also has a prayer flag there that he bought and prayed over, and we hung together. So we don't want to just put them up for decoration. That's not what it's about. And so if you want to hang a prayer flag, and this is a nice tree, guys. It's 10 feet tall. It's 40 feet across, 40 feet in diameter. It will be when it's done. It'll be a semi. We're not going to fill it all the way in because I'm going to leave an opening where people can walk through. But there'll be a number of more arms to it when it's done. So there'll be quite a nice bunch of prayer flags there. But I want each one to be intentional. And so if you would like to put a prayer flag tree on our prayer flag tree of your own prayer flag, get with me. And what we can do is either you can order it and send it to me, and we'll pray over it over Zoom, and then we'll give you a video of us hanging it for you. That's one way to do it. You can also order it and have it sent to your home, pray over it, open it, pray over it, and then we'll arrange to have you post it to us, and then we'll still do a video at the end of us putting it up for you. But we want every prayer flag up here to be intentional, to have a person's intentions and prayers in it. So, and we're going to improve it. I've already noticed some things that I want to do better, so we're going to keep building on it. But it's really nice so far, and it's quite a large little structure, as you can see. I got to make sure I got my dogs here. Where's the 2 mutton heads? You guys better come home. All right. Okay, found the dog. Anyway, so we'll give you some more of a tour here. This is just slightly above the center of the property. It's a rectangle, a 2-inch rectangle. It goes somewhat further up that way, where the dogs were back up there. But one of the reasons we put the prayer flag tree here, not only because it's one of the open spaces that can keep an object this big, but look at the view, guys. And so we're going to put meditation platforms behind the prayer flag tree and then in front of it, and then we're actually going to try to put the prayer hall up here right behind the prayer flag trees, because that is pretty much the view on the property. There's several really nice spots to meditate in, but this is going to be one of them here. And then way down there in the distance, you can see my solar panels. I actually have the solar farm out collecting the electricity for tonight's show too, because a show eats up a decent amount of electricity. So we want to make sure we have plenty to do the show tonight. So anyway, let's go down back into the center of things. We'll go through the prayer flag tree, actually. And I remember that Venerable Tarpa was asking me before we started the interview, we had a chat, and he was asking me about the Starlink. And the Starlink is how this show and my voice right now is coming to you. There are no cellular bars up here, guys. There is nothing. You do it all yourself. We have T-Mobile phones, which have satellite connection also through Starlink. And then we have them for the Hermitage. We have the Starlink unit. And it sits quite nicely on the ground there. It doesn't have to be on a big tall pole. It's really about sky, and we have big sky here, as you can see, right? So as long as you've got like big sky, it can just sit right on the ground. It doesn't need to be on a big pole. The pole thing is more to clear obstructions like trees and stuff like that. This property has lots of good big sky, lots of neat place to put it, and of course the wire comes out of it and goes right into the back of the main shelter. And there you see, there's another great project that I did. Actually, I put that up myself in a storm, but that's the turbine. The wind turbine generates about 500 watts, of course not on a day like today. On a day like today, it's a really fancy paperweight. During a storm, it's a lifesaver. The wire goes right into the back of the tent there, and we may be getting slammed by a blizzard, but we can still generate some electricity to keep the lights on and keep some internet and whatnot. And then again, closer up view of the solar farm. And so this is about the center of the property, and this is where we decided to put the main shelters, and where we're going to keep building in this area. The shelters. This area here will actually be a trailer eventually, where the main cabin tent is. This is our main house, but we'll replace this, gravel this spot in, and then we're going to park a small utility trailer. I don't actually want an RV. I want to get a utility trailer that I can build like inside of myself. It'll be about that size though. That's actually a pretty good size, not much bigger than that. And then as we go into the main shelter area here, we have a second cabin tent. This is our storage shed and workshop. I have a little, it's kind of a mess, so don't judge me. It's been winter, we're just coming into spring, so but we'll come on in here, and you can see I've got a table set up where I can do some work. And then this is where we store supplies, propane and water and stuff, and then all of the stuff that we brought with us, which, like I said, is kind of disorganized right now, but we keep all our tools. I have a nice selection of tools to work with up here, and we just keep everything in the storage shed. There's the little mini prayer flags. Those were actually our prayer flags when we were homeless for 3 years on the road. And we had these in a little kit that I carried with all my religious stuff. And they kind of one of the first ones I put up, I think, were my little mini ones. And they're already starting to tatter and shatter, and it's beautiful. I mean, the wind horse has been whipping them all winter, right? So, and there we go. And so and then the last part of the main shelter area that I did before winter set in was I purchased a kit for a picnic table. I actually did buy maroon paint too, but I never got around to doing it because it started to snow. I'm going to let it season up a couple more days. Probably next week I'm going to paint it. I already have a can of maroon acrylic outdoor paint, and so we'll seal it up. That way it'll stay nice for whatnot. But we'll let it cure for a couple more days, and then that's about it. I mean, we can come back out here, get another view of the Karmapa flags are on kind of a promontory. I don't know if you can see it up there, right there, and then so it kind of overlooks the property. The whole property is the slope of a mountain, so it's a nice gentle slope with lots of flat areas, and then that way is the road. So that's our little tour of the Dharma Wheel Hermitage. And we've worked quite hard. We've been here since October 5th when we got here, and of course we bought the property, but we're super happy with it, to be honest. We're just super happy with it. And already have all the plans, including the spring improvement appeal. We want to put a driveway in that's going to be right that way. You can see an opening between the two trees right there, and then we're going to bring a driveway in, and there'll be a parking pad, but it's going to be way down bottom there where that sort of white grass is by the trees. There'll be a parking pad. We don't want to bring the vehicles way up here on the Hermitage, so we just want to get them off the road, and so we're going to put the parking pad down by the road. And that dirt track you see down there, that is Raccoon Lane, guys, believe it or not. Very ostentatiously named dirt track called Raccoon Lane, but that's officially our road. And believe it or not, they do deliver up here. Only during the fair season, though. The roads are impassable for about 4 months out of the year, and we had to actually hike in and out and bring everything in on foot during the winter. So we are very off the grid, very much off the grid in every sense of the word, and do everything ourselves up here. We brought all the gear to sort of do what we need in a very basic way, and then we're just going to improve upon that as time goes on. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. Hello to Venerable Tarpa and all of our new sort of people who are going to come tonight to see the interview with him. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you guys stick around and become part of the channel and part of the audience, part of what we're doing up here, part of our little Sangha. This is going to be a different kind of place, guys, because it's gonna be open to the public, and it's gonna be open to you guys, and we're not gonna have all kind of uptight rules like all the other retreat centers on the West Coast have. We are gonna there's the mountains there, by the way. You can see that's the actual like line of the Trinity Alps marching into the distance. But we're not going to have, like, you know, lots of rules. Like, for instance, obviously, if you've got dogs and you know for a fact that your dogs won't hurt my dogs, because I know that my Hermitage dogs won't hurt your dogs, then bring your dogs and come on retreat here. You know, you got to keep them on the property. There's rules, you know what I mean? But and you can go places. The Modoc National Forest is just over that ridge line there, so you can go places to play with your dogs if you were to come here on retreat or to visit. And then the other rule that I noticed, which is kind of strange, but I noticed there's rules about content creation. Well, I'm a Buddhist content creator, and that's too bad. You know, they have, like, they'll tell you in the rule books of these different places, you know, don't stream on our Wi-Fi. Ask for permission before you film. Well, guess what? If you're a content creator, just send me your YouTube channel. I'll check it out for 5 minutes, and I'll write you back and say, come and do your content here. And then we'll be able to provide things like basic electricity and some really nice broadband. The Starlink is great, guys. It works fantastic. That's why you're watching this show right now. So, it's worth supporting everyone, especially to our newcomers who are coming here. You may want to come here someday. And, of course, you're going to bring a tent, and we're going to have an outhouse, and it's going to be very primitive, right? You're going to be on your own, and, you know, I guess we can feed you if we have to, but you should still bring your own food. But it's an incredible place to meditate and pray and practice. We're going to have a prayer hall. I'm not sure exactly where it's going to be, but somewhere up probably by the prayer flag tree, up in the middle, a little bit higher than the middle of the property. We'll have a tiny prayer hall, fit about maybe 9 or 10 people if it's full, but it'll be there, a place with a shrine. And we're going to have also further up at the very back of the property, which we didn't go up there because it's a long climb, but at the very back of the property, we're also going to build something called Tara's Grove. And Tara's Grove is going to be dedicated to doggies. It's where we're going to put the remains of the Hermitage doggies when their time in samsara comes to an end. And also offer it to other people to send the remains of their animals, the ashes of their animals, and we will spread them in Tara's Grove. And we're even going to kind of get cheeky with it. We're going to have a little sign. We're even going to have a little sign that says, you know, that Tara's Grove is you know, for the dogs, and please remember that you're a guest. And we're gonna have like dog beds up there where dogs will feel free to, you know, come and lay around. And then of course we'll have a Tara statue that we'll have put up there, a really nice Tara statue, probably stone, something that can last outdoors. And so Tara's Grove will be, like I said, a place for our bodhisattva doggies, both in life and when they pass. And that will complete the Hermitage, really, because we're not going to do, you know, it's not going to be like Land of Medicine Buddha, guys. We're not going to have spas and hot tubs and fancy motel-style like rooms. Nope. You bring a 10 by 10 tent, or else we'll have one in the storage shed for you. If you show up without one, we'll give you a tarp and a tent, and you can pick a spot on the property, and there you are. You know, and that's what this place is. It's a hermitage built by practitioners for poor practitioners, or at the very least humble practitioners. And if you're a rich practitioner, you can still come. Just, you know, make a fat donation, because this place is a cheap date. It doesn't take a lot to build this place out, and it won't take a lot to keep it going once it is built out. So anyway, thank you guys for being here tonight. I hope you've enjoyed this little tour. I got to get back to work up there. We're cutting some firewood for tonight's show, and but I'll see you later on, all of you, later tonight. Very, very excited to have all the new folks come and visit the Hermitage with us, and you know, hopefully someday you will consider coming here in person. I mean, if you wanted to come right now, we would probably let you come. I mean, I'm not officially, like, I guess, open to the public yet, but we would definitely talk about it if you want to come see us here at the Hermitage. Just gotta be willing to, like I said, bring your own gear, so to speak, and make yourself at home, which you are. So thank you guys so much for stopping by tonight, and yeah. Oh man, the dogs are in rare form because they love the fire. So thank you guys so much for bearing through that. It was a bit choppy in places. I'm not sure why it does that. I need a better computer. I actually have a better computer, so any donations I can get to Dharma Bum Productions, that's a link in the description below. If you scroll down pretty far near the bottom, any donations or any stream tips I get tonight, from the stream tip link, I will give to, it will go to, I need about $50 to get my game computer running. And with my gamer, it's an old one, it's really old, but it was a gamer, and it will do streaming really nice. There'll be no more drop frames, no more skippy videos. My little laptop here, my little thin little office laptop that I have, just was never made to do multimedia streaming, and kind of pressing it to the limit. I want to go through some of the stuff in chat. Lisa Zen, can we somehow get with Tenzin Padma and get him the PayPal address? Tenzin Padma, can you write to me like on email? That way I don't have to put the PayPal address in the chat, because it's also a private address. If you want to say, I thought it was available. We get PayPal donations through the main pages, through the fundraiser pages. But if you're not able to find it, or if you're having problems, we can give you the email address. I just don't want to drop it in the chat per se. So if you could, there's an email address in the description of this video. Like if you scroll all the way to the bottom of the description, it's the very last thing is the email address for the show. And I'll actually get the email during the show. I have my phone right here, and then we'll send it right back to you. Otherwise, I believe it's connected to the fundraiser pages. It should be an option on the fundraiser pages. But I want to get that for you. And then Irene had one. Tara's Grove, a question from Irene of Iron Firehorse. Tara's Grove is going to be a grove of trees that are at the back of the property. Well, this one is just, it's not even mine. It's my sister's, right? We use hers to get the PayPal ones. So, but if you would just drop me an email, to just say hi in the email address that's at the very bottom of this description of this video, and I'll send it right back to you. Oh, well, it's her address, so I guess she felt like giving it. There it is, guys. That's the PayPal. For anybody who wants to do PayPal direct, my sis says it's fine. So there it is for the PayPal donations, guys. And what we're doing right now is our spring appeal. We're going to raise the money for the driveway. It's absolutely the first place to start, guys. It's a raw, empty piece of property. And the first thing we need to be able to do is get vehicles out of the road and onto the property. And so, like I described in the video, we're going to bring a driveway in and put a parking pad down at the bottom of the property. And then also a RV camp spot, so an RV can pull in there. It'll have a picnic table and a fire ring for an RV to be down there. And then we're going to gravel a pathway up to the shelters, and then we're going to gravel the area underneath the main shelter, because we're going to level that out for eventually putting a trailer on there. But either way, it needs to be leveled out, so we'll level that out. And so the spring appeal goes to two things. The first half of it, it's a $2,000 appeal. The first half of it's going to go to paying all the expenses and food and everything for the Hermitage for the entire spring season. And then the second half, the second 1,000, will go towards the following: a wheelbarrow, a rake, a metal culvert pipe that goes along the frontage of the property so that we keep the drainage ditch open when we put the driveway in, and then a dump truck load full of gravel delivered to the property. And that's what the second 1,000 goes for. And then all the labor I'm going to do myself, and I'm going to do it right here on YouTube, so that everybody can see their investment. There is Tenzin Padma on the. It is our spring appeal. It is in the description of this video below, and I'll send the link out right now again for the spring appeal, since if anybody's actually interested in it. It gives a list of the things we're going to buy with the money. Let me see, where is that? Where is our spring appeal? Well, I'm just going to type it in, I guess. By hand. I'll have to type it in by hand. Luckily, I know. And I swear these fundraisers have PayPal. I really do think they do. That should work. But and so the spring appeal gives it's just a formal fundraiser page that gives a list of what we're going to spend the money on, how we're going to budget this, and then it'll take me most of the spring to do the work. I'm sorry, guys. I just realized my light is shining in your eyes. Sorry, that's my headlamp. 2:40 a.m. here. So sorry. Thank you for staying with us, though. Staying up late with us. I really appreciate it. We got a lot of people in different time zones, guys. Sorry, but we have to cater to the California time zone. We really do. I don't know if most people know this, but 25% of all the Buddhists in the United States of America live right here in California. And so, you know, it's an audience thing, right? I mean, if I were on the East Coast, I believe I would still stream in California time, just because this is where the action is pretty much in my part of the world. So we'll probably always be streaming at this time, 6 to 8 p.m., guys, every Saturday. If you want to give a like and subscribe and come back for next Saturday's show, we're going to have Venerable Tarpa again, but this time focusing on the SBT community. And I got to turn the power on for the laptop. There we go. And so, yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for coming around. We only got one person to enter the raffle. Does anyone want to give Buddhist Priest a run for his money on the raffle? And the bot is a little bit schizophrenic. It's like the contest is for the prayer flags, but the bot keeps talking about the Mela giveaway. We also give away rosaries. So I'll let you pick, because the bot's schizophrenic and doesn't even know what contest is running. So the winner gets to pick either a Mela, which is a Buddhist rosary, wearable, very nice, or a small, tiny, diminutive set of Tibetan prayer flags. And so you got your choice. So get into the contest, guys, ! Raffle, and we'll draw in a while. we'll draw the contest. So got to get Buddhist Priest to run for his money. And we got a rule. It got to be at least 5 people in the raffle. So obviously Buddhist Priest wants a prize, right? Because he got in. So you might help him out by getting in even if you don't want a prize, because there's got to be 5 people entered before we draw. So that's a rule that my sister imposed upon me when she got a $25 bill for shipping a 99-cent rosary to Ireland, and then said, yeah, we gotta like make sure we got more people in the contest. So I said, okay. We'll draw swords. Hey, and we got an interview coming up with Buddhist Priest in the week after next, guys. He offered to give me an interview, and I'm gonna probably get that one in the can this week. During the weekdays, and so not next week, but the show after that, we'll have an interview with Buddhist Priest. You guys should all give him a follow. He is a Buddhist musician, guys, with some really incredible music. I mean, the channel is filled with music, not just a few songs. I mean, I found 3 right away that I loved for the first show we did on his music. So we're going to actually have him on for an interview, not next week, but the week after. So give Buddhist Priest a follow. You should be able to do it just by tapping his little icon, his Avi, in the chat there. You should be able to open up his channel and give him a follow. And also, I think the bot announced him when he got here because he's a friend of the channel. So Dharma underpants. Well, I have a merch store. You can get Dharma hoodies. Guys, hold on, I'll do the merch store. Since you keep bringing up all the cool stuff, I guess I'll just keep sending out the links, man. But we have a Dharma Productions, believe it or not, guys, merch store. I really like, there's at least a few things in there that I want for myself, guys. I really, not even joking, man. But check out our merch store if you want to support that way. That's a cool way to support. It's tasteful, you know, we don't have any Buddhas or anything like that. We don't use any, illicit imagery that you're not supposed to use, but it's nice stuff. And I want a couple of the things on there. I want the maroon hoodie if anybody wants to buy it for me as a gift. Like, there's a maroon hoodie on there, you'll see down near the bottom. It's got a set of door J's on it, I think a 4-way door J on it. It's a maroon hoodie. It's really nice. Anyway, check out the merch store, guys, if you want to. Lots of ways to support, so many different ways. And also, I have a book out. If you want to go to Amazon or Barnes & Noble, which I prefer Barnes & Noble that you go to. I mean, if you give me a choice. But Barnes & Noble or either that or Amazon, and just search Vajra Cave. And it should bring you right to my book. My sister might send a link here in a minute anyway to the book. But and you can buy my book. It's a basic daily practice for solitary Buddhists. It's really simple. It doesn't have any theology or philosophy in it, guys. It's just about what you can do to have a nice core daily practice as a Vajrayana Buddhist, and especially in solitary circumstances. It doesn't get fancy. It just gets the basics. This is things that everybody should try to do every day, to maintain a good, healthy balance within their faith of Vajrayana Buddhism. So I think it's a great book. I really like it. I mean, it's basically my practice, and I still carry a copy of it because there's a lot of stuff I forget sometimes, and I look it up inside my own book. So I'm still using my own book. So search up Vajra Cave on either Amazon or Barnes & Noble. Don't forget, if you buy a copy, leave me some stars. I don't get any stars, which is why I'm not hardly sell any copies. But if you buy a copy of my book, and if you're poor and you can't afford a copy of my book, or if you're a monastic and you don't have any money, and that's the reason you don't have any money, send an email to that same email address I talked about at the bottom of the description, and I'll be glad to send anybody in the world a free ebook version. And it's also Creative Commons, guys. So if you already have a copy, sharing is caring. That's why I Creative Commonsed it. So love you guys so much. I can't believe so many people hung out so long. We usually do a break song, guys. So I'm going to take a little break, put some wood on the fire, spruce it up a little bit, turn some lights on because it's getting kind of dark up here so you can see my face and everything. And we'll come back after the break and still keep hanging out, man. Thank you guys for being here so much. Thank you for joining me at the Hermitage this evening for my fireside chat with the Dharma Bum. Feel free to shoot anything in chat, ask any questions, do anything that you guys want to do. basically.
We are all visitors to this time, this place. We are just passing through. Our purpose here is to observe, to learn, to grow, to love, and then we return home.
The monks have come a long way, moving through fields and towns, carrying nothing but their robes, their walking sticks, and a quiet resolve. Life is short, they say in silence with each step. We are visitors in this world, here to learn, here to watch, here to love. And as their feet touch the red clay roads of the Magnolia State, it feels like the earth itself pauses, noticing their presence. From Louisiana to Jackson, Mississippi, the people come out to walk a few steps or many. Behind the saffron flame of robes, they come with children laughing, with elders nodding quietly, with neighbors who never met before, all feeling the simple pull of compassion. The monks lead, but it's a shared rhythm, a slow, steady blues beat in the heart of the city. At the Mississippi State Capitol, they are honored, not with fanfare or glitter, but with quiet acknowledgement. Residents and officials alike step aside to let the monks breathe in the moment. A plaque is presented, yes, but it's really a reflection, a mirror of what we are capable of when we choose peace over anger, compassion over indifference. The monks' leader speaks softly, reminding all who listen that peace begins in the heart, that a single breath of mindfulness can ripple far beyond the body it inhabits. Then they walk again down city streets lined with people and echoes of curiosity. The children run ahead, elders pace slowly behind, and strangers catch the rhythm of each footstep. One by one, Mississippi joins the meditation of movement, and Aloka, faithful little shadow of the pilgrimage, trots along, her tail a slow wag, pausing now and then to smell the warmth of life around her. When the road gets too long, she rides in the support car, resting a pause, but always ready, always eager to return to the march. Night falls, the streetlights hum like old guitar strings over the empty highway. The monks rest in pearl, and Aloka curls at the edge of the field, her bright eyes catching the faint glow of the moon. Here is the pause, the breath between blues notes. Life is short, we are visitors, we learn, we love, we watch, and then in the quiet they walk again. Morning comes slow like a bass line, rolling across the dew-soaked fields. Mississippi stretches ahead, Pillahatchee, Morton Forest. The road is long, but every step is a measure in the rhythm of intention. Community members bring water and bananas, small offerings of humanity. One woman's gesture went viral, a reminder that even a simple act of kindness can ring out like a soulful chorus across the miles. And the monks walk on, steady, calm, their faces touched by the sun, their eyes reflecting the weight of what they carry and the lightness of their purpose. They walk because life is fleeting, because each breath is a gift, because each encounter offers a lesson in patience, compassion, and love. Mississippi's red clay roads and small towns, its capital steps, all bear witness to this slow, deliberate meditation in motion. The road stretches ahead, long and unbroken, the rhythm of the blues that is not a burden, it is the music of a life itself. Step after step, breath after breath, one foot after another, the monks remind everyone that to walk in peace is to walk fully, not in haste, not for applause, but because the time we have is short, and the lessons we receive along the way are everything. A loca trots beside them again, her small paws keeping time with the rhythm of hearts, and the people who walk behind, beside, and around the monks learn what we are all here to learn. That life is short, that love is necessary, that observation is sacred, and that even the smallest gesture, a hand offered, a drink of water, a smile, can be a song in the key of compassion. And as they leave Jackson behind and continue into the soft haze of Mississippi morning, the message lingers. Life is short, and the lessons we receive along the way are everything.
The walk stands as a living reminder that hope can be renewed, division can be softened, and peace can be fostered through the courage and sincerity of those who lead the world with open heart. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the citizens of Mississippi warmly welcome the delegation from the city, honor their stewardship of the privilege across our state, and recognize their presence at the Mississippi Capital.
We started in Fort Worth on the 26th of October to continue on this journey. And this is a very difficult journey for all the monks, but we already dedicated our life to this journey. So even though we suffer a lot on our foot, on our body, this physical body, but we still not giving up. We still fight hard to walk peacefully and mindfulness. When we cultivate mindfulness, when we walk each and every step that we make, that is mindful, and then we spread that message out to everybody. Hope that everyone will live in unity and harmony, and with this compassion, loving kindness, and peace, may you all be well, be happy, and peaceful. And we are very grateful that all the people along the road that offer us a lot of food, offer us a lot of snacks, water, shops, shoes, everything. It warms our heart.
A miracle wrapped in fur, returning to the beat. Our local walks with me.
I love that song. My regular audience has heard that song so many times. Thank you, Tenzin Padma. I'm glad you really liked it. It is just so Mississippi bluesy, and I love Mississippi blues. I will always love Mississippi blues. And they wrote that song for them while they were walking across Mississippi. Like, that's just really, really cool. And their walk across Mississippi was quite amazing, to be honest with you. And also Georgia and Alabama were really interesting states. Seeing them walk through the Deep South was an amazing thing. And then seeing all the Christian churches along the way open they hadn't gotten really huge yet. By the time they hit Georgia, they started drawing tens of thousands. It got crazy. Like, they had to get a stadium in Georgia to put them in, right? And but when they were in the Deep South, the crowds were still only like in the hundreds, right? And so they would walk right into these little churches, these little itsy bitsy churches along the way, and be welcomed by the local pastors. And they would camp right on the front lawn. They would just like roll out their tarps and go to sleep, and then get up in the morning and keep walking. And so I really felt like, for me, covering the story, that's why I'm writing the book too, because I covered the story. I have all this emotional attachment to the various stops along the way, and the Deep South was definitely the part I liked the best. I already knew it was going to be huge, though. I mean, I definitely prophesied in my streams back then that it was going to get gigantic, but I knew something epic and historic was happening. But just seeing them go through the Deep South, though, and seeing all those people cry, seeing like cops throw themselves on their knees and weep as they walked by. Now that's just something you're not going to see, maybe once in 10 lifetimes, something like that. I mean, that's just really, the whole thing was really incredible for me, which is why I'm writing the book. I really have a lot to say about it. So, and I have in my streams, a lot of the book I'm actually just going to take from the transcripts of the various streams I did. But if you go back over the last, say, 10 episodes of this show, you'll find stuff about the Walk for Peace, and we covered it pretty relentlessly. In fact, I had to actually go out and get creative and actually start doing content again once the Walk for Peace ended. It was like this vacuum. I was like, oh wow, what am I going to do for like content this week, And then this interview came up, this chance to interview Venerable Tarpa, and gave me a chance to step back again to do another show on the Walk for Peace. And it won't be the last one, so but wow, I can't believe we still got 15 viewers, guys. Get into the raffle. We're going to raffle a prize away tonight for free. A free prize, a Buddhist prize, either a mela or a prayer flag. It'll be the winner's choice. But you got to type !raffle into the chat. And we need a few people in. There's a rule that we have to have 5 people in the raffle to draw, and Buddha Priest is already in. So he wants you to get in so that he can win, right? So get into the raffle, guys. !raffle. And just type that in, all one word, into the chat, and that will get you into the bot will give you a ticket. So the fire's going great. You can see me now. I got my show lighting a little bit on. Got my candle out here, guys, for you. The dogs are somewhat mellowing out. Boy, during the video they were really going crazy, but they're somewhat mellowed out. How y'all doing out there in YouTube land? Wherever you are, all over the world, Tenzin Padma, I don't even know where you are. You could be in Tibet for all I know. I don't know where you're at. I don't know where y'all at in the world. I know it's like 2 a.m. you said where you at, I think. Somebody said there it's 2 a.m. So you guys obviously aren't in our time zone. It's not 2 a.m. yet here. We're actually coming up on when we normally end the stream, but I'm not even in the mood to end the stream yet. So, and I got plenty of firewood that says I don't have to. So I got plenty of electricity, firewood. I work, as you saw from the video, guys, I work hard all day. I farm the sun. We have to move that farm to get the best sunlight all day long. I move the solar farm around the property to get the best lensing on the sun, best output. And then I had to do the firewood. And then some cleanup chores, because we're still cleaning up here from spring. It's actually kind of still a mess a bit. We're kind of picking up still from the winter. Well, I won't lie, the winter was tough. You've been through blizzards in your life, but if you've been through a blizzard living in a tent, then you've really you've accomplished something. So it's not something I look forward to doing again next winter, but we learned a lot. We're going to try to change some things up. Oh, don't worry. We got the codes and the HOA all down pat. We know exactly what we're allowed to do, Buddhist priest. And we're going to stay strictly within the code. Me and my sister have studied the very thick HOA manual that's about 50 years old that came with the property. And we've also researched all the various And we've got a plan in mind. The prayer hall will be within the size limit of what we're allowed. We're allowed one small structure, and we're going to save that for the prayer hall itself. Mostly because without a solid structure, I'm not going to allow candles and incense. It's just too dangerous to do in a tent. Fire is very much a hazard up here. So we'll have a permanent building for the prayer hall. And then for me, I'm just going to have a utility trailer, which we're also allowed to have on the property at any given moment. So, yeah, we researched that even before we showed up on the property. I knew exactly what I was getting into. And our realtor, our real estate agent, we love him to death, by the way. If you want to buy a piece of property up here, guys, we paid less than $5,000 for 2 acres, and we love it. And there's plenty of more really cheap lots up here in the MRE. This is called the Modoc Recreational Estates that we're in. So if you wanted to become a neighbor, it's really easy. You go to landlimited.com. And make sure that you tell, what's his name, Amy Beth? I'm sorry, Zen. What's his name? Mike? Who's the guy? Matt over at landlimited.com. Tell him that Dharma Bum sent you, and I'll get a referral. And a referral is 1 month off our mortgage. Our mortgage paid for 1 month, and I know it works because I've gotten several referrals already. So if you buy some land, go to landlimited.com, just search through it, and you can do it with your Cash App. You can literally own the land in less than 5 minutes. It's all automated. The sales papers literally come to your email box within 5 minutes. It's the most instant gratification land purchase you will ever have in your life. When I bought the land, I had a $200 down payment. It was actually a Zen priest who gave me the $200 that I knew in person, and I walked into the 7-Eleven, put it on my Cash App card, walked out of the 7-Eleven, sat down with my iPhone. I already had the property selected. I made the purchase. It took a couple extra clicks to make an e-signature on the paperwork, and then within less than 5 minutes the sales papers and everything, all the confirmations came in my email box, and I was a property owner. And we did that sight unseen. I didn't know, only from the pictures, but once I got here I loved it even more than I loved it from the pictures. I mean, I'm just completely in love with this property now. Didn't somebody, I can't remember, somebody said, Buddha Priest or somebody back in the chat said that I should I should have everybody who visits bring rocks. I don't know why you said that. Somebody said bring rocks. Who said that when you come visit? Are you still here? The rock guy? Somebody made a comment that everybody I come visit, I should have them bring rocks. I don't know why you would say something like that. You clearly have never listened to any of the streams about the Hermitage. Guys, we got nothing but lava rocks up here. Nothing but. It is very much like the steppes of Tibet, to be honest with you. It is nothing but junipers, 100% pure junipers. And we have nothing but rocks. Big rocks, little rocks, just rocks. Some are very tiny and very cute looking, and some people have even found gold on their property up here. You can find a nugget every once in a while just lying in the dirt. It's possible. But yeah, it's lava rocks all the way down, guys. So digging anything up here is like a real chore, man. It's like something that's well, yeah, I would love to have river rocks, but I mean, the lava, we got plenty of rocks, so you cannot even imagine how many rocks, guys. I'm going to line the entire pathway up here with lava rocks just to get rid of them. I'm going to, we've already using them to hold everything up and to build stuff with up here. There are these big piles that we've made for building different things around, and so they're useful. We're putting them to use, but my goodness, my goodness. No shortage of rocks, man. Pickaxe, yeah, that would be handy up here. It would go good. I got a shovel right now. That's all I got. I saw where Lama Choga had dropped a front end loader. Not a front end loader. What do you call them? Backhoe. He bought one, a Chinese backhoe on like Amazon or Temu or something, and had it dropped on his property, brand new. And I was like, man, that's so lucky. I wish I'm gonna be digging my stuff with a shovel, guys, and a rake, the hard way. Yeah, well, we're gonna the first two things we're gonna do this year, guys, is what I want to accomplish this spring is very important. So I seem to have some viewers about, so I'll go over it again. We really need to put the driveway in, guys. I'm willing to do all the work myself. I'm just gonna purchase the materials. A wheelbarrow, a rake, a metal pipe, a drainage pipe to go in the front of the property, and then a dump truck load full of gravel delivered from down in town. And I'm going to do all the labor with you guys right on YouTube. I'll show you guys what I'm going to do with it. And we need to get that in because it's essential to be able to have more deliveries of stuff. First of all, right from the get, we just need to be able to have people be able to egress off the road to deliver stuff. This is a problem. There's no way to get onto the property with a vehicle right now. So we're going to fix that real easy. And then we're going to line the pathway up here so it's not so dangerous for people to walk up to the main area. Is kind of dangerous right now with a lot of rocks, so we're going to clean that up and gravel a nice walkway up, and then put some lights out. We'll even put some solar lights out, so if somebody has to walk up and down the path at night, and that sort of thing, so it'll just look real nice. But it's a real inexpensive deal, but real nice. Yeah, I bought an excavator. There you go. He paid more for that excavator than my mortgage for this entire property. But so yeah, we're gonna do that, and that's really important. I want to do it this spring. That's my spring goal, and I'm really going to keep pumping it, guys. I'm going to keep putting the fundraiser page out there. It's fundraiser.com/spring appeal. Really easy to get to, and it's also linked in the description below. But we want to get that driveway in, and then in the summer we're going to do a second appeal. In the summer, for the summer appeal, we're going to do fencing. It's really important for a lot of reasons, both defensive and offensive. I mean, we need it for a lot of different reasons. In other words, not just to keep my dogs in on the property and show them the boundaries, but we need to try to keep the coyotes and the brown bears in particular off the property, because we've had both on, and the deers too, because just up here, wherever there's a deer, there's somebody with a gun wanting to kill it. So, I mean, I feel for the deers, but I don't want to become a deer haven because I got dogs. So we just want, and we've had deer, so far we've had deer, brown bear, and coyotes actually on the property. So fencing it in will help slow that down a little bit, and also help give the dogs some guidelines about how they can stay on the property, because they're really good about it. They just don't have, right now all they got anything to go by is the staking that I did, and so they know the property lines pretty much vaguely. But I'd love to have the fencing because they're good boys and they won't actually violate the fence line once I put it up, so they'll stay right here. And so that will be the summer chore, and then for winter we got to just get ready for winter. At that point we will need to restock like we did last winter to face the winter months. But that will be a lot accomplished if I can get the driveway and walkways in, get the pad for the shelter graveled, and the RV campsite put in. All of that goes along with that package. If I can get all that done and any amount of fencing, it doesn't have to be, but if I get somewhat of the fencing done, then I think that would be a really good first year here at the Hermitage, and we would be in a position then to be able to receive people. I would love to start having some of you come here, and I feel like the absolute necessities would be fencing and a driveway to have somebody come here. You got to have a place to park, right? So we'll make sure that that happens. So yeah, that's our plan, guys. Please support. I can't believe so many people stayed so late, guys. We're going into like overtime now on the show. These guys are nut jobs, man. What do you guys think? The fire's still going. Going good. It's nice and cooking now. I could cook something on there if I had some. Zen, you should, Brent, Bone, you should come up here with a steak or something for me, and one for you. We can cook them on the fire. We got all this wonderful coals, man, and nothing to do with them. I got mac and cheese, guys. And that's another thing too. We got a food appeal going, guys, from Amazon. We got a food list, a special list at Amazon just for food. Includes everything from human food to dog food, and it includes some food I really want to try, like some dehydrated survival food that I think is perfect for the Hermitage, and I would be willing to do an opening, an unboxing of it once I got it, if somebody wants to buy it for me. But it's if anybody wants to hit the Amazon gift list, I already sent the link, but I can send it again and just wave your hand if you're interested. but we really need some food up here too. We're getting a bit low as we push through the month, so we're low on everything actually. We got to pay the bills, and but I really wanted to get this driveway done. So if there's any rich Buddhists out there that can drop a good coin on us, it's not a bad little appeal. I mean, it's only $2,000, and that pays for everything for the whole spring and the driveway included. So, and all the bills and all the food. No, human food and dog food are both included on the Amazon list. If you want me to shoot the link again, I can do it, or it's further up in the chat. The dogs, man, that's kind of personal, actually. I guess because I feel a little bit embarrassed. It's one of the reasons why celibacy comes so easy to me, though. But no, we all pile into the same big giant queen size bed together. It's a mattress on the ground, really, but we all pile in together. Basically, my dogs are hot water bottles on 4 legs, as far as I'm concerned. So part of their job is literally part of their job to keep their bones of their papa warm at night. So especially when it's like 15 degrees up here on the mountain, and like you know, yeah, so they pile in under the blankets with me, just like I mean, that's what Tibetan mastiffs were for. What do you think those dogs were for, besides keeping the llamas from running away? You know, the yaks from running away. The mastiff's job was they put the mastiff down, and then they piled all the kids on top of it. Put a blanket on, and then boom, they went to sleep. So no, I sleep with my dogs. I sleep inside, and I think if I tried to throw them out of my bed or my house, I believe that they would rebel very badly. In fact, one time I think I remember punishing one of them. They were fighting, and I couldn't sleep. I couldn't take a nap, and this is when we were in an apartment in Mexico, because I have 3 rescues. All 3 of my dogs are rescues. 2 of them are rescued from Mexico. But in our apartment that we had in Mexico, I remember throwing Xander, I think, or one of them, out of the bedroom because they were both fighting and I wanted to sleep. And they spent like 3 hours digging at the door trying to get back into the bedroom. That's how spoiled they are. I have the world's most spoiled dogs, probably. I mean, I suppose if I had more money, they'd be more spoiled than they are. But they're about as spoiled as I can make them on my budget. I mean, if you want to donate more money, I'd be happy to spoil more. Xavier has a birthday coming up April 1st, guys. So if you want to send a donation in Xavier's name, we'll go get a little gift for him, or pay for one of the gifts that we already have and give it to him in your name. But April 1st is Xavier's birthday, our little Chihuahua. He'd be 10 years old. And that means we've had him for 7 years, because we got him right on his birthday at 3 years old. So he'll be 10 years old total, and that means we've anniversary also of us having him for 7 years. But April 1st is his birthday. And then Bruno will be 5 months old. And he started out the size of Xavier. He literally wore Xavier's harness for the first week or so. We brought him home, and he was Xavier's size, a little smaller than Xavier actually. And we put Xavier's harness on him. And so 5 months later, you know, he is, I think, north of 100 pounds, but we'll just have to see when we put him on a scale. But he's pretty huge. He grew from 10, he put 90 pounds on, like, fast, guys. So fast that you could see him growing by the day, literally by the day. I got a Yeti right here. This is my Yeti. It's running out, though, guys, because we're so late in the show. But my Yeti started full of Colombian coffee. Now we have a crescent moon up. I don't know where you are in the world, but if you're able to be outdoors, I can't really move the camera, but it's more or less that way. But I see a crescent moon and some stars. It's beautiful up here. It finally calmed down with the wind. So, really nice evening up here. Hi, I haven't seen you ever. Good God in the Flesh one. What's your temperature out there for me right now? I don't know. Let me see. The phone will tell me. It is. Make sure that that's new. It is 54 degrees right now. Here. 54. It was. It topped out at 70 today. And it should do so tomorrow as well. go north of 70. But it gets very cold at night. By dawn, it will be like, it will be almost freezing. Not quite freezing, just above freezing. But chilly, good and chilly. There's a wide variety. This is kind of like, they actually consider it like high desert territory. So there's this wide variety of the temperature. And that persists throughout all the seasons. Like in the summertime, it could be 100 degrees and then go down to 50 by the next morning. So you've got like this 50-degree range within 12 hours of time. So yeah, but I love it up here. The winters are relatively doable and short, and the summertime is basically now. I mean, where we come from, 70 degrees is summer. I bought 2 acres. We're just shy of 2 acres technically, but it's a 2-acre lot. It's just oddly shaped in the front, which shaves a little bit off. But it's a rectangle that's 2 acres, perfect rectangle. God in the flesh. And I love it. It's filled with junipers, nothing but, and rocks and grass and wildflowers are going to come up this spring. Probably by next week I'll be sending videos out of all the, all the grass and the wildflowers that are going to bloom up here. And California got so much rain, guys, this year that they're going to have wildflowers in Death Valley this year. They got a good soaking down there in Death Valley, got soaked. And then that just doesn't happen like all the time, but we got soaked up here too, and so we're going to have a good grass season, a good we call it the green season up here, but it's really already summer-like as far as temperatures. So it's kind of like segueing straight from blizzards into summer, like with about a week in between. It's very weird. It's very hard, very strong sun up here. Which makes for very fast seasons. The seasons change just like in the blink. So we went like straight from like winter to like summer in a week. I mean, literally it feels like just a couple of weeks ago that the snow melted up here. Quite seriously. And now we're in it. Now we're in the thick of it, and it'll just be pretty much Saturday night campfires until October. November maybe even, if we're lucky. So we got a very long season of very nice weather where basically the sun comes up and the sun goes down. There's not even any clouds really. And the sun is so strong it bleaches everything, bleaches all your clothes, everything. Very strong sun, but not a lot of humidity, only 20% or less humidity like during the summer. So relatively dry air, but enough to be able to run evaporators, guys. So somebody asked me last stream about water, what we were going to do, and I never got around to answering the question, but we're going to use solar powered evaporation boxes that will be put out on the hillside in various places around the Hermitage. And what they will do is during the daytime they don't do much, they just charge up, and then all night long they remove water from the air. We have a very good dew here. A lot of moisture comes right up out of the ground, so you lay these things right on the ground, and they will suck up about 40 liters each box per night out of the air and put them in the tank. So that's actually the route we want to go. Digging a well up here is prohibitively expensive because of all the lava rocks. So the drill bits have to be... there's a huge expense in drilling a well through solid rocks, the way we have up here. And I'm just not going to pay it. I'd rather pay $1,000 for an evaporation box than $20,000 for a well. And we'll still have water, but we're going to do it high-tech style. But that's a ways away. Right now we just haul bottles up the mountain. We just haul 5-gallon bottles of water up the mountain for the time being. But eventually we'll get there. We'll get all the things done we need, and with you guys' help. We need the Sangha's help, because this is for you. And I swear that's true. Try me. If you don't think it's true, email me and say you want to come camp here and do a retreat here. I mean, it's not like recreational camping. I'm not a campground. But if you want to come here and meditate with me, or meditate by yourself even, and pray and do your own little thing, here at the Hermitage, you'd be welcome. Like I said, even now I'd be willing to talk about it, but we'll be open for sure when we get the driveway in. Then we can actually have people come up here. Right now you'd have to walk basically from like my Bones property or Zen's property. Probably you'd have to walk up here. So yeah, or maybe if they were nice, they'd give you a ride, but you'd still have to just get dropped. You wouldn't be able to have your own car up here, not yet. But we're gonna try to fix that. So give some consideration to our spring appeal. The link is in the description below. Guys, one more time just to say that this show airs every Saturday live from the Hermitage, 6 p.m. normally to 8 p.m. We're running late tonight, but that's cool. We had a great show. But 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. normally every Saturday evening Pacific time. And so give a like to the video, subscribe to the channel, and keep coming back. I'm very careful, Tenzin Padma. I have not fallen yet on these lava rocks. I'm waiting to faceplant on a lava rock, but I'm very mindful of the fact of how bad that would be. So I'm actually pretty careful walking along. And at night, the dogs are kind of on their own. Like, I shoot them out the door, and I stay in the house. It's like if they don't want to come home to the nice warm bed, then whatever. But they always seem to come back. So, I just don't really go around a lot at night, and then during the day when I'm working up here, I'm very mindful. And that's why I want to get the trails in, because I don't want anybody else hurting themselves. And we're also going to have meditation platforms. One of the things we're going to do is, there's already, obviously I'm a meditator, right? So there's already really great places up here to meditate, guys. And what we're going to do is, in all those places, since I already know where they are, we're going to put platforms. We're going to make them out of, very easily out of pallets, which we can get very cheaply around here. And we're going to we're going to paint them nicely, and, you know, sand them down and paint them. And we're going to have these nice little platforms all over the property where people can drop their meditation cushion and meditate. And also, if people come to camp and they just want to sleep under the stars, because during the height of the summer, like in, say, July and August, it's very hot up here and very warm all night long. So you can easily just sleep out under the stars, and there's not even really, during the summertime, not even really a lot of bugs or anything. So, I mean, we did, when we first got here in October, we slept for, I think, 4 or 5 nights right out just on a mattress out under a tree on the land while we set up the camp. So, so you could also sleep on. We'll make sure the meditation platforms are a little bit longer than usual, because then you could actually go curl up on one and sleep for the night if you were a guest up here, and you'll be welcome to do so. And so we're going to do that by the by. But like I've already given you my goals for this year, so it's not going to happen this year. For now, you're meditating on the rocks, guys. So bring a pillow, bring a meditation cushion with you. We don't have anything really, guys, up here yet. We're just putting it all together. I mean, we're building this as we go, and I'm trying to stick with the priorities of how do I open this place as an actual hermitage. And to me, when I did the math this winter to plan my plans for the year, it just seemed like the driveway and walkways, it's nothing but gravel and raking. It's really easy, guys. It's nothing but labor. It's the money. It's raising the money. That's the hard part, right? That's what we need a grant for. We need, you know, I want to get started. I could have the gravel delivered tomorrow. The roads have dried up here. The roads are passable now. I could have the dump truck come up tomorrow. Hell, you can call the dump truck guy yourself and give him your credit card if you want to. If you don't trust me with the money, you can give me gift cards at Ace Hardware. We've had Wamachoga did that one time. He called Ace Hardware, and right here in Alturas, and just had them chalk us up some gift cards, and then we just went and picked them up, and it was pretty cool. So there's all kind of ways to finance this if you're worried about transparency. But I'll do videos too, showing you guys once we get the stuff and start it. I'll do videos of the work, and it's pretty much going to take the spring. So we'd like to giddy up on it. And so anybody who is in a position of relative wealth, or you're well off, then give it some consideration, because this place is going to be benefit to everybody, and it's going to be owned by a non-profit, guys. I don't know if it's going to be one that we start ourselves. I've been encouraged actually to do that. I got some advice from Venerable Tarpa on this, and I do have people that would help me, my sister and Bone, who would help me start a non-profit, or it's going to be owned by another Sangha non-profit that we just give it to after we're finished paying it off and building it. Which is, again, it's a really cheap date. The note is already down to $4,700. That's the mortgage, right? We already got the note down to $4,700. That's total for the whole land. The taxes are like $50 a year, guys. Like, I'm not even kidding, right? So, it's a cheap date all the way around. And then we'll have a place where people were yogis on the streets, like I was when I got this idea. I was a yogi living on the streets with my dogs. Just anybody. It won't have to be a consideration. The price tags on these retreat centers on the West Coast, guys, are insane. That's insane. You know, if you have $100 a night to go stay at Land of Medicine Buddha, then you don't need to go to Land of Medicine Buddha to meditate. You need to give all of your money to Land of Medicine Buddha or somebody else, or to another monastery. I mean, you have too much money. I mean, I'm sorry if that sounds like harsh, but really, seriously, $100 a night because they got a spa and a pool and you get a hotel quality room. I'm going to give you the chance to meet Tara and Amitabha themselves in person here on the mountainside, right? And you're gonna stay in a tent and shit in a hole in the ground. You know what I mean? And you're not gonna pay a dime. You know, you're not gonna pay a dime. There's not gonna be any price tags on things up here, and the rules are gonna be as lax as I can possibly make them. It's a place of retreat, so you're coming here to practice, you know, not to camp, it's not recreational camping. If you want recreational camping, my sister rents sites. So I'll get with Zen and we can rent you a recreational site where you can party and have fun. But if you want to come here to retreat, anybody would be welcome. And no spa, no pool, but there's Clear Lake right nearby. Actually, Zen was telling me there's like hundreds of lakes around us. I didn't know that. Hundreds of lakes and streams and open water around us. So there's, you know, plenty of water around, plenty of recreation that you can go do somewhere else. But here it's about retreating and quietude and peace. But and it's going to be open for everybody. And then to be able to come and make content too. How cool would it be if you're a content creator in the Buddhist space like I am? Like so many of us are, and be able to come here and not even be questioned about it, just be able to set up and live stream your own channel, your own stuff here at the Dharma Wheel Hermitage, and that I think is unique among retreat places in openness of things, and we'll provide even electricity and internet for you to do that. Yeah, so I think the United States needs a place like this. You know, in Asia, there are hermitages, abandoned hermitages all over the place where you can just pull up, go into the hermitage, and start living. You know that? There's places like the Dharma Wheel Hermitage all over Asia, going back for, you know, thousands of years. This has been a traditional thing to have around, is these little hermitages like mine. This is not new. This is not a unique thing. But here in the United States of America, it's very rare. It's very rare to have a place like this. I mean, here we are on the West Coast with, you know, just literally dozens upon dozens of monasteries, retreat centers, nunneries, abbeys, everything, right, going on. Meditation centers, bookstores. We've got it all for Buddhism here, but it all costs money. There's a paywall around all of it. Well, the Dharma will not be paywalled, guys. Okay, and that's my goal. As a homeless yogi practitioner, my goal was to make the Dharma Wheel Hermitage a place where somebody like me could go. Basically, that's the rules. The rules are designed so that somebody like me, you know, I pulled a little wagon, guys, with a little camp kit on the back of it, with Xavi in the front, my little chihuahua, and you can see the videos on my YouTube channel from years ago when we were living that way. And that's when I got the idea for this place. I was like, people like that, who are practicing hard and living out there and doing it real, being real about it, should have a place like the Dharma Wheel Hermitage to go. And so that's literally was the inspiration for me trying to get this place together. And we're here. We've got our feet on the ground. We just need to survive. We just need to survive and keep the little bit of building that needs done. I mean, we're talking about almost no building, guys, out of this place. And then it'll be done, because we're not going to get fancy. We're not going to have spas. This is a place for you to come and meet nature and meet yourself in meditation. And it's really beautiful. It's super quiet up here most of the time. When my dogs aren't barking, Why are you sitting right next to me howling? And where's my puppy? Where's Bruno? Did he run off? Is that why you're barking? Bruno! Uh-oh. We might have a calamity. Oh, there he is. He's waiting for dinner. He knows where dinner's served. Never mind. Sorry, guys. Sorry to blind you. How did I do it, God in the Flesh? It was pretty easy. I have a video that you can see. If you look on my channel, under my playlists, and look for a show called The Chainsaw Hermit. I do a show called The Chainsaw Hermit where I do episodes about homesteading up here. And I did an entire episode on how I bought this land. But essentially, I went to a website called landlimited.com. And it's not a unique website. He had competitors, but he was the best one of the bunch that I researched. But landlimited.com. And I typed into the search my limit. You know, I put a filter on the search of $5,000, which was an insane limit, right? Who does that when they're trying to buy, a couple acres of property, in California, no less, and you put $5,000 in there? The chances of anything spitting out of that search was like, I thought, next to zero, right? Because that was my price. That's what I had to spend. And I had dozens of properties from this guy, Matt, at landlimited.com. He's become one of my best friends now. Like, we talk on the phone and everything, right? But Land Limited, that's landlimited.com. And then you go there and just figure out where you want to be, first of all. He's got land in all kinds of states, everywhere from the East Coast to Utah, all over to Arizona, California, Washington, I think, Oregon. So he's got land in all kinds of states, and then you just figure out where you want to write on if you want to buy from him. And if you want to be here in the Modoc recreational area, he has a good, I know maybe 10 lots up here for sale right now, right here in the MRE where we live. And a few of them for $5,000. The ones for $10,000 are usually so your mortgage would be more like $125 then a month. But the $10,000 ones are usually closer to electricity. Like I'm off the grid. I'm in the ghettos of the MRE, right? So I'm never going to get services up here ever. So I'm on a dirt track that never gets any care from the HOA, and I'm just in the ghetto. So I paid $5,000. And then what I did was, once I picked the lot that I wanted, once I saw the researched, read the HOA rules, everything, and decided on my lot. Took several weeks to pick the one I wanted. And once I was absolutely sure, I raised the down payment. It was $200. I got it from a Zen priest, by the way, if he's still out there listening somewhere. Thank you, Zen priest, who gave me that $200 that day on the sidewalk to go buy my land. He actually believed me, too, that that's what I was going to go do with it, and I did. I walked right into the 7-Eleven. I put the $200 down payment on my Cash App card. I walked back out of the 7-Eleven with my coffee, sat down, and went back to the landlimited.com website and pressed the purchase button. And then I put in my Cash App card, and I had to do an extra step where I had to make an e-signature, which is just basically a couple of clicks that you do to make an electronic signature on the sales papers. And the whole system was automated. Within 5 minutes, I received the whole sales packet, including my sales papers, in the email. I was a property owner like that. No fuss, no muss. Now, granted, there's, a caveat there, right? You have to buy it sight unseen. But he even has an option for that. Let's say that you got up here to the MRE. Let's say you bought a parcel. You just follow the instructions of that video that I just told you about, my show, Chainsaw Hermit. Go to landlimited.com, buy your couple of acres here, or an acre and a half, or whatever size lot you get up here in the MRE. You get up here, and you're like, Dharma bum, this area is great. And I love the little town, but my lot, I'm not so happy with it. Too many rocks, not enough trees. I'm not happy with it. So what we do is we literally drive around the MRE with an app called Regrid, which is a property app, and we find another Matt lot for you that you like better. We call Matt on the phone, And for 1 year, you have the ability to switch your watt out, not just for one in the MRE, but for any other watt that Matt sells. You can trade your watt out with all of your equity and all of your payments traded straight across, dollar for dollar. So it's like a trade guarantee for 1 year. And you also get referrals. If you bring anybody else to buy property from Matt, you get 1 month off your mortgage. So he's incredible. And the system that he's got set up is very appified. I really like it. It's very easy to use your owner's portal to pay your mortgage, and find all your paperwork is stashed there as well, so you can keep downloading it if you need to. He's just got a great system. I just can't say enough about Matt and the land that he sells, and the ability to be able to buy land like that for somebody like me being homeless with nothing but a Cash App card. It's priceless. It's a priceless opportunity. If you wanted to live off grid, if you wanted to build a religious place, anything, you can do anything with these properties. So yeah, that's how I bought it. It was really easy, guys. And like I said, Matt will love you to death and treat you really great. And if you tell him the Dharma Bump sent you, we get a month off our mortgage, guys. And that's may not be a lot. It's only $65 a month, or $60 a month. I don't know, 65, I think. But it's a lot to me. You know, I don't got $65 right now, so. We have Starlink, God in the Flesh. I mentioned that earlier, and I actually have, in the video I played earlier, I showed the Starlink setup in the back. But yes, Starlink is all we've got up here. No cellular bars, no nothing. I mean, this is a dead zone, guys. It actually would be really good for astronomy, because we're kind of at the lip of a valley, the edge of a valley, and there's not a lot of ambient light, so you could actually do some really good astronomy up here, and many crystal clear nights up here. You'd have quite a nice little hobby up here with astronomy, if that's something you're into. And we have this. We don't have Jackery. I have kind of a mishmash of, but I have several big power bricks, big power stations, and about 350 watts of solar panels total. We have 3 panels that total 350 watts, and we put those out. And every morning I put those out with the bricks and charge them up. And that's how we're doing the show right now. We're doing it from Starlink and from the electricity that we put into the bricks during the day. And when the bricks run out, that's time to go to bed. Right? I mean, time to end the stream. Thank you. I appreciate it, God in the Flesh. And like, we're not just doing it for ourselves. The thing is, we're trying to build something, we're literally trying to build a monastic grade mini retreat center. But one that's more open, more compassionate, and not all about the money. Kind of a new direction. Did I drop an F-bomb? Did I just drop an F-bomb? What are you saying, Tenzin Padma? I might have. It's getting late and I'm really tired. Did I just drop an F-bomb, guys? Tenzin Padma, what are you talking about? Tell me what you're talking about. I might have dropped the F-bomb. I hope I didn't. I tried not to because I knew Venerable Tarpa was going to be here. Oh, you dropped the F-bomb. Oh, if you drop an F-bomb in the chat, the bot is going to dump you from the channel, dude. I don't even have control over it. The bot's straight. Don't drop an F-bomb in the chat. Whatever you do. I guess we're not going to have a raffle unless a lot of people want to join really fast, guys. Exclamation point raffle, because otherwise we're going to cancel it for the night. We got to have at least 5 people in, and I'm quite positive we don't have near 5 people. I mean, I can take a look, but hey, can you quit howling at the wind? Hey, San, there's nobody here, honey. No. Come back to the camp and stop howling while I try to see what my contest is doing here. I think more people need to get in, though. Yeah, we only have one entry, guys. We need 4 more people to get in before we can draw for a free, either a rosary, a wearable mewa, or a tiny little set of Tibetan prayer flags. So if you're up for it and you want to get in, exclamation point raffle. You'd be doing Buddha Priest a favor because he's the only one that clearly actually wants to win something tonight. So text, buddy, not you. Oh! Somebody dropped the F-bomb in the chat, and the bot let him get away with it. Oh, I see it. It's fucking awesome, man. Oh, I see. I'll have to have a little discussion with the bot about his selection of words. He had ing and he got away with it. I'll make sure that doesn't happen next week. Okay, that's all right. After the stream, I'll have a little discussion with the bot. The bot sometimes gets out of line. We've had to discipline our bot a lot. We love our bot. He's very hardworking and everything, but he's done a lot of crazy things in the past. I'll go talk to him, make it clear that, yeah, don't drop no F-bombs in the chat. We try to be as friendly as we can. I've been known to drop an F-bomb, though, or 2. From time to time. It slips out. I was a game streamer for years, guys, where I just sat for 12 hours at a stretch drinking energy drinks and playing games, and that was like how I did. That was content. That was how I made my living, really. I designed games, but was never very successful at it. But I also did game streaming. So you just basically sit there drinking energy drinks, peeing in a bottle, and playing games for 12 hours at a stretch. But if you do content like that, you're so relentless like that, guys, you make a couple $100 a day. I mean, it's a living, whatever. It was a weird lifestyle, though, I gotta tell you. Lots of F-bombs in. Boy, by the end of the night, you're just... There we go, Tenzin Padma in the raffle. There's 2 people. Tenzin got his ticket. Well, there's 2. We need to get 5, guys, though. And I'm looking at, like, enough viewers, maybe in working or somebody. Somebody get in. God in the flesh. Get in the raffle. Help out Buddhist priest. He wants to win. But he needs 5 in the raffle. You'd be 3, I think. That's close. I'd love to do a raffle tonight, guys. Haven't given anything away in a while. You get your choice. Prayer flags or a rosary. Well, it was a great show, guys, and you guys make the show. You're the audience. Bone, we let it go. Sorry. What did we let go? Give me some context on that one, Bone. What did we let go? Exclamation point raffle. God in the flesh. We got 3. 2 more to go. 2 more to go, guys, and we got a contest. 2 more people. Exclamation point raffle. All one word. Type it into the chat. Get in the raffle. The rosaries are really nice, guys. I mean, we played a video from Ireland. Our buddy in Ireland, Colm, got one. I'm not a saint. I try to be a good man. I just really focus on that. I love what the Dalai Lama said one time. He said, if you're wondering who I am, I'm like the moon on water. When you look at me and you see a good man, you see yourself. That's the way I feel. Just try to be a good man. Take care of my doggies. I got one quiet one, the big giant puppy, who's now... Brister Wesley is calling me. Who is Brister Wesley? Is this somebody from the website? Is this one of you guys giving me a call, guys? On the phone? Who's calling me? Is one of you guys on the stream calling me on the phone? Seriously? I gotta know ahead of time or I'm not answering. Leave a voicemail, Brister. I dropped an F-bomb. Who dropped the F-bomb? Why did we back to the F-bomb again? How did we get into that? How has the new, what are you talking about, the property, Tenzin Padma? How has this new site changed your practice? That must be oh, that's Chris. Chris just called me. He hears Xander barking and he's worried. Hey, Bone, call Chris up if you got his phone number in your phone. Call him up and tell him I'm doing a live stream and the dogs are fine. It's all good. Bone, if you got Chris's number in there, in your phone, I think you do. Text him or something and saying, hey, I'm okay and the dogs are fine. It's just Zan's just being a dingling, barking. He's worried about us. That's so cool. Our neighbors just called, guys. The neighbor's like a mile away, right? But that's actually where we rescued Bruno from, is our neighbors had him. And he just called up. He was worried about Xander barking. That's so fucking cool. Oh, I just dropped an F-bomb. Oh my God, you guys. Now I know it's getting late. Oh, I'm so sorry. I just dropped an F-bomb. That was a real F-bomb. Wow, it is getting late. I hope Venerable Tarpa is long asleep. That's all I hope. I managed to go for 2 hours at least without an F-bomb. So I'm pretty proud of myself, man. At least I got through it the night with all the important people went home. And I don't look like quite the schlepp. Yeah, that bomb fell out of me there just now. How has the new site changed me? I assume you're talking about the property, and changed my practice. Well, I'll be honest with you. I think that is a change that is in progress, because Tenzin Padma, as a homeless sort of yogi, we had it pretty together. If you see some of the videos, we had a nice little kit. We had a nice little community that we lived in. We had a nice routine that we went out every day and did. And the people of the community were very generous with us in person. We never lacked for anything. It's actually how I got the idea of getting this place going, because we had so much resource coming in from the local community that I felt like I could do this, right, with that resource. And being homeless, I had a lot of leisure time as well. Like on the good days, we could just say, hey, we're taking a day off. We're not going to go clean the 7-Eleven parking lot like we do every morning. We're going to go to the park, and I'm going to meditate, or do some prayer, or study some scripture, or take a course, right? So it seems to me that I had more time to practice as a homeless person living on the streets. I know, Tenzin Padma, I'm sorry. I apologize. I already apologized for that. There's a delay in the stream, I guess. There's lag here between your chat and me, but I dropped it a while ago. But I don't know. In other words, like I said, the improvement, I think, is a work in progress, because the time up here right now is very intense. I mean, we're homesteading the place. That's a lot of work in and of itself. Not just taking care of things and those kind of chores, and obviously, hopefully this spring to build some stuff, to build out. But the content creation became it. Well, okay, so this channel and all my other content creation that I do on all the social media, it went from being something that I did as a side thing, just to kind of show people how we lived and everything, and it became this huge pressure, where now I feel compelled to pump out as much content as I can, because I have bills to pay. And there may not be big bills. Like I said, the mortgage is only $65. The Starlink is $60. My phone bill is $70. I mean, that's it. That's my bills, right? And it's like nothing compared to 99% of the people in the world. That's nothing. But for me, it's absolutely everything, because now I can't raise it out of a begging bowl on the streets like I did for so long. I could raise $70 in a few hours in the Bay Area on the streets, just by putting a begging bowl out, say some prayers, get my boys all settled around me where they look cute and nice, and we would raise the mortgage in a day. Here online, it can be really hard. This winter especially was very hard. And so while I see a huge potential here for insane addition to my practice, it's not really any better. It's the same, maybe even slightly less than it was when I was homeless, which is honest and unfortunate, but it's the truth. And it's why I beg so much and why I need people to help so much, because I don't want to lose the place, right? Ultimately, if I don't pay these bills, then the place is done, right? One of the reasons why the Starlink actually takes precedent over the mortgage up here, and when we pay the bills, guys, and the Starlink is due right now, but one of the reasons is because without the Starlink, I got nothing, right? I literally got nothing but content creation now. And I love content creation, but I'm a perfectionist, and I feel pressure from it, and I feel the need to continue to put it out, because that's what gets the clicks, that's what feeds the algorithms. You have to not only put out quality, but you have to put out quantity. And that means electricity, that means all kind of things. It just seems like I'm spending now all the time just keeping this place alive. And what I'm hoping for is that as we get going, maybe some people with some wealth will step in and make some big grants that we can get a little bit ahead and build and not feel all that pressure. And then I think my practice will be a lot better. But right now I feel compelled to spend almost all my time either working on my next book or working on content, or and all of it, again, with the idea in mind that I have to pay for this beautiful opportunity. I have, in the end, it's me that has to pay the bill. So yeah, I'm sorry. Luckily, like I said, most of the important people, I hope, are gone. I'm sorry, Teds and Padma. I really go many shows without an F-bomb at all. I really do. I'm not an F-bomb kind of person. I'm just tired. It's been a long day to set up for the video, for the stream and everything, and then I'm just loving it. I love being able to meet with people and talk with people in this forum. I love live streaming. I'm a content creator at heart. I love what I do. It's just I feel a lot of pressure, and so I think that pressure leads to my practice not being as good as it could if I didn't have the pressure. Couple more people, guys, into the prayer flag. Otherwise, we need Zen's approval. With 3, I need Zen approval. Maybe she's. I believe Zen should still be here. But I need Zen approval to do a raffle with 3 people. I'll do it, but only if Zen says I can. And she's a strict taskmaster, so you might want to get in if you haven't gotten in yet. Exclamation point raffle. And then we'll close it out, guys. We've got a closing song, too, so don't go away. We've got a nice song to lead out the stream with. I really appreciate y'all being here. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure to come back next Saturday, and also look for content during the week. I'll try to put out content during this week if I'm able to. I like to put out some shorts, and I might have a couple of episodes of some shows that I can put together and get out. But either way, I'm always here, and you can also reach me on my socials. I'm on X, Blue Sky, TikTok, and those links are in the description of this video. Exclamation point raffle, guys. Well, we're a Dharma channel. I consider this Dharma activity. I consider it that I am a Buddhist content creator. So it's a lot like being a Catholic content creator, or being, really any religious content creator. You're not really about throwing the F-bombs on the channel, right? I mean, I'm trying to raise people up, and hopefully, even as a Buddhist, maybe put them, help them think about the path to enlightenment. And that's not an enlightening way to speak. That's not right speech, as we say in the Eightfold Path. That's not right speech. So, Well, obviously I don't have a bad intention. Right, I'm doing it because I'm tired and a little bit stressed. Lisa Zen says that we can do the raffle, guys. You ready for the raffle? Okay, remember you have to speak up if you win. Okay, you got to say something and prove that you're here still. So here goes the raffle, guys. We'll bring it up. And we'll close the entries. And pick a winner. God in the Flesh is our winner. I'm pretty sure he's here. Okay, so God in the Flesh. Here's the deal. You won. You did indeed won. Here's the deal, God in the Flesh. Read the instructions right above your post there. The bot sent you the instructions. You have to email dunkarshrine@proton.me. That's the address there. Send an email with your mailing address. Okay? It's all kept private. Goes directly to me. Okay? I can't prove you're here, Buddha priest. Oh my God. You can't prove it philosophically, though. That's true. I'm trying hard, Tenzin Padma. I swear I'm trying. Next week I'll do better. And so you got to do that, but also what you got to do, Tenzin, God in the Flesh, is you have to choose, because we're offering 2 prizes tonight. Your choice. Okay? So listen carefully. You can get a really nice Buddhist mala. It's a wearable mala. That's a rosary with 108 beads on it. They're very nice. Everybody loves them. I've even got one somewhere, maybe in my pocket somewhere. I doubt you'll be able to see it in the fading light, but or a miniaturized set of Tibetan prayer flags. They're tiny little prayer flags. Each flag is 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters, roughly speaking, but it's a tiny little string of Tibetan prayer flags. Maybe good for like an office or a bedroom or something like that. So you pick the prize and then send me the email. Make sure you mention which prize you're picking in the email as well, but you can tell us which one you're picking now if you want to. But send it in the email to the address that's right there in the chat that the bot sent, and we'll post that right out to you. And we have sent them, like I said, we sent prizes all over the world, so wherever you are, it's going to you. It's coming to you. Thank you guys so much for playing my raffle game. That's really cool. We got a raffle off and a tickled winner. So make sure you get that email to me, God in the Flesh. That's the only essential part after this. Just send me an email with your mailing address, shipping address, wherever you want it sent. We can be work, anywhere. And which prize you want, the prayer flags or the mailer. All right, guys. You know, that's a live stream. And that's a long one, too. 3 hours, man. That's a long show. The mailer. Awesome. Well, I just wanted to know so that we could share it with the audience. But then make sure I'll remember, but drop it in the email too, just for good measure. And then my dear sister Zen has taken it upon herself to handle the prizes for you all. And she worked really hard at that, guys, to get you your prizes. Believe it or not. So. Thank you, God in the Flesh. And I'll email you back right after the end of the stream just to let you know I got it. And then it'll be along to you. The prize will be along to you. Just keep coming back every week. If you're in the States, you might have it by the next show. Otherwise, if you're somewhere far flung, it can take a while. Ireland took a bit before Ireland got his. But he actually sent us a video back. How cool is that? Where is that video? You guys want to see a video of what the mail... I might still have him queued up, but maybe not. I guess I deleted him. I guess I deleted his video. Too bad, sis. Zen would have liked to have seen it again too, but he sent us a video. We played it last week of Calm in Ireland, and it arrived. The mailer arrived 2 days before his birthday, and he was so tickled that it brought tears to my eyes. I was like, I can't believe I made. And he's like going on and on about, wow, they spent $25 to get this to me from the States, and I was like, man, I would have paid $25 straight up just to see somebody smile like that. I mean, we made him so happy that how was it not worth $25, right? I mean. Okay, thank you, Tenzin Padma. We're going to close out anyway, but thank you so much for being here. You are much appreciated. Please come back. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you. Thank you so much for all of the SBT people, and don't forget to come back next week. We're gonna have another Venerable Tarpa interview next Saturday as well. So make sure to come back. All right, and God in the Flesh, we're going to get your rosary out to you. Buddhist Priest, I'm going to get with you this week. Look for me somehow. Send me an email, Buddhist Priest, if you can. Same address as he just used. Send me a quick email so I can arrange an interview with you. I want to do an interview just like we did with Venerable Tarpa with you, and we'll do a whole show on your music and on your channel. Guys, sure to follow Buddhist Priest. He's a fellow Buddhist content creator. He does music, really, really cool music. So make sure to give him a follow. And that's about it, guys. We're going to do a closeout song, so please listen. It's always a really good one. Our music selections every week are always really good. So enjoy the closing song, and the email, Buddhist Priest, is right above. If you just scroll up to where he won the contest, where the bot told him that he won the contest, it's like literally just above in the chat. But it's also in the description, at the very bottom of the description of this video. Either one. But if you scroll up a bit, the bot was telling him how, hey, you just won the prize and you have to send an email to that address. That address is a fine one to use. And it's the same one that's in the description. And everything's in the description, guys, including links to Venerable Tarpa's channel. Venerable Tarpa's website is also linked in the description. The Walk for Peace website and channel is also listed in the description. And this show, of course, was all about the Walk for Peace. Thank you guys so much for being here. We're going to give you the blessing the way we always do, close out the way we do. I got my one boy right here, and my other boys are around. But I got Bruno right here, my arm on him. So you guys, may everything be auspicious this week for you. May you be blessed. And always remember, may you have a peaceful day.
On a dusty street in Kolkata, a spotty dog with no home, no family, no promise of shelter, yet drawn to the saffron robes, to the calm steps of monks, walking the ancient path of the Buddha. He paused, head tilted, eyes shining, as though he heard the call of something greater. And so he walked, feet rough, heart soft, Aloka, name for light, chose to follow. Across rivers and forests, through sacred sites and ancient stones, Bun Gaya Deer Park, the cave of the first council, Aloka walked. Winter frost biting his fur, summer heat scorching his paws, wild dogs snarled. Lonely nights dragged on, yet Aloka stayed. 4 small bare feet, one purpose, to walk the Sangha's path. One fog-laden morning, on a road cloaked in mist, a car veered. A crash, Aloka's body tumbled. His breath shallow, his eyes pleading, legs battered. The world blurred, but even as shadows closed in, his spirit flickered, and monks lifted him. They carried him. They did not abandon him. Hospital lights humming, needles piercing, cold floors and warm hands, pain and fear interwoven. Yet Aloka rose day by day, inch by inch, he walked again. Though weak, though scarred, his heart still thumped with the rhythm of the walk. He shook off the fog of despair, and in his eyes, the light returned. Now Aloka walks again, along highways and fields among monks and pilgrims, children reaching out to pat his fur. Smiles blooming like lotus flowers, he is a symbol of survival, of loyalty, of quiet strength. He is the gentle paw print beside the monk's Tutanga sandals. And with each step he takes, He walks not just for himself, but for all beings, for the light, the wisdom, the liberation. Aloka means light, and in his journey, from stray to companion, from broken to whole, from silent to stride, he becomes that light. He walks on. He does not forget. He does not yield. And in his quiet, steady presence, the walk for peace becomes richer, brighter, more human.
First of all, I'm Venerable Panyakara, and this is our first walk in America. But some of us have already walked many years in India and Thailand and all the countries as well. Yes, and we are here. We have Lao Sangha. Sangha means all the monks, the community monks, the Thai, the Vietnamese, and also there will be others to join as well. And this group we started from the beginning, 16 days ago. This is the 16 days. We still have over 100 days left to go. And our dog, he's been sleeping the whole time over there.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, he's over there. So we found him in India when we walked 112 days in India. We found him and he followed us the whole time. He's a hero, true hero in India. And even though he fall sick, and he got hit by a car, almost died, but he still stand up and walk, even though he very ill, very sick. And I put him in the car and let him go by with the truck. Yeah. He refused to. He jumped off and then walk.
He wants to be with you.
He wants to walk. He don't want to go with the car. So that inspires a lot.
Yeah.
And at the end of the journey, I don't want him to go back to his lifestyle, which is a stray dog.
Yeah.
So I brought him here, and now he's U.S. citizen.
Now he's yours forever. He's stuck with you guys.
Yeah.
That's so great.
He's very friendly and very nice dog. And every monk, every one of us love him so much because he inspires us a lot.
On a Kolkata morning, in the dust and heat, a small spotted shadow wandered lonely in the street. No roof above him, no hand to hold, just a heartbeat searching for a place to call home. Then he saw the monks walk gently, robes like flowing gold. He followed soft footsteps down the ancient road. Aloka walks with me through the mountains and the rain. Little heart of courage, little lamp against the pain. Every mile a teaching, every breath a silent plea. Aloka walks with me. Aloka walks with me. Oh, the gayest starlight shining on his tired paws. Sarnath, the wind around him, whispering the Buddha's laws. Through the winter frostbite, through the summer's burning air, he never turned back. Love had taken him there. He walked like a pilgrim with a tale that never lied. A small four-legged monk by his teacher's side. Aloka walks with me through the mountains and the rain. Little heart of courage, little lamp against the pain. Every mile a teaching, every breath a silent plea. Aloka walks with me. Aloka walks with me. simple truth through every day and night. That kind